Hello. What's up, everybody? Oh, it's good to know that the little overlay thing works. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon if it's past noon for y'all. It's like exactly noon for me. Well, noon 03. So, how's everybody feeling? Oh, I don't know if I fixed my timers yet, so I'm just gonna manually put them in here. There's the Discord, there's the poetry, and I want to see if this one works. Yeah. Okay. So, TikTok got banned, and I'm having like some feelings about it. For context, I wasn't expecting the ban to affect me directly. I expected to be like more of a support person for people in America who are dealing with that. But apparently, I made my account in the US. So even though I'm in Argentina, it still counted for me. And now I've lost access to like so many amazing creators that I followed. And specifically this one playlist that really helped pull me out of like dark headspaces. It just had like really nice audios, like cute little videos of baby animals and just positive affirmation. And yeah, it's just a little jarring to lose access to that. And that's just my stuff. Like on top of that, there's all these people who are losing access to a pretty big source of income or exposure. Like a lot of artists, a lot of creators. And then there's the people that just really like the vibes and the community. And yeah, it's just a lot. And when I thought about going live today, I was like, I noticed this impulse to cave to a pressure to just pretend that everything's fine and like not even talk about the TikTok ban. But I'm a small streamer, so I figure I'll experiment a little bit. And yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to be honest about the fact that I am not 100% okay. And maybe create a little bit of space for anybody else that wants to talk about, what they're losing with the TikTok ban, what they're going to miss, whether it seemed like something silly or something really important. Like, yeah. And I also wanted to listen to some anti capitalist bangers. So that's the vibe right now. God, I fucking love Ashniko. Yeah. It's honestly wild that, like, a goddamn social media app got banned. Like, is this the first time this is happening? Because, like, I don't actually know anything about the way that Vine got banned or deleted. I thought it just fizzled out and died. But it was pretty popular, so I might be wrong about that. Okay. We'll start with the poetry after this one. God, my soul is just being filled with the urge to watch Arcane again. I still haven't done my season 1 and season 2 rewatch, and like, what the fuck am I doing? Oh god. The edits, homie. I had so many Arcane edits saved on TikTok. Like, goddamn. Uh, yeah. I've been having something happen that a friend told me last night was already happening to her. Like this like phantom impulse to open TikTok, even though I know I can't open it. Good morning, Inky. Oh my god. The Goblin Queen in my stream. Oh my god, hi. How are you doing today? I'm doing something a little weird. I don't know how it's gonna go yet, but I'm just letting whatever comes out about the TikTok ban just come out. Like I'm not gonna pretend that it's not happening. So yeah, like we're still gonna do poetry, but yeah. It's the phantom pain of missing TikTok. Literally. Honestly, you know how I know that this ban is a big deal? Because like I got up today and my mom's like, "Hey, how are you today?" I'm like, "I'm mad." And she's like, "What do you mean you're mad?" I'm like, "They banned TikTok." And she's like, "What?" I expected a reaction that was more like, wow, it's just a social media app. Like, why are you so concerned? There's more important things. But she was like, what? I can't see Felix anymore because like she likes Stray Kids, specifically Felix, like the white-haired fairy god himself, which is so fucking funny. Like she talks about how nice his abs are, and it's so weird to thirst after the same Korean man that my mom does, but it's the world I live in. So I've been using Insta Reels to cope. I tried doing that this morning, and okay, okay, the content is good. Yes, because the theys, gays, and women who slay are all there. But the comments, they did not pass the vibe check, homie. Like, there was just some really hateful stuff, and I'm just like, if this was a thing on TikTok, I barely saw it. I don't know if it was just like a filtration system or if the creators were like deleting comments, but I don't know. It feels less, ooh, we're all at a party together and more we're at like some type of political rally and like, ew. I just want to vibe, homie. Okay. One more. One more, because there's this one song that I'm really into. I don't know if anybody's seen Matilda, but there's a musical remake of it on Netflix called Matilda. I think it's called Matilda. Actually, let me Google that. Matilda on Netflix. Matilda the musical. And I just fucking love this song. This might be my number one anti-capitalist bop. Matilda! Yes! It's such a good movie. I like the original one too. They're just amazing in different ways. Never can. Revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till all revolting's done. God, I feel this so much right now. Also, I don't know, TikTok had this thing where like I felt like it kept me young. Not that I'm like super old, like I'm only 29, but there's just so much stuff that I liked to do when I was a teenager. Like just sing and dance and just be goofy and crack the silliest motherfucking jokes. And ever since I started using TikTok, it's like that part of me has like been validated and like it's come back. And I have said some cringy shit on TikTok. I have said and shared things that I deeply regret, but I was never judged for it. Not there. On Instagram, YouTube, yeah, people shit on me, but like on TikTok, people either ignored me or were like, fuck yeah, go get him, homie. Oh my god. Oh my god! Digigirl, hi! Thank you for the subscription, homie, what the fuck? Hello, I'm not used to my alerts yet, so I keep getting jump scared by them. Thank you so much for popping by and for the subscription. Feel free to spill the tea. Also, we have, if I configured it correctly, I think we have 5 follower modes, 3 tier 1 and 1 tier 2, 1 tier 3. So yeah, you now have access to like almost all of the tea, homie. Ah. I love my emotes. I'm so happy that they're little tea bags. I might eventually expand to emotes that have like moth ice or like little mushrooms on them. Ooh, also, I have a friend that does pixel art that's going to be making me a sub badge, which is going to be like a little inky cap mushroom. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, wait, that one's one of yours, right? Let me see. Oh, why can't I use yours? Ah. Oh, I got a sub too, homie. Oh, yes, yes. I didn't even know sub badges existed until homie was like, "Do you want me to make you one?" I was like, "Oh, shit." I had to Google what it was. Like, okay. Oh my God, why are these all bangers? Okay. We're gonna switch vibes. So I'm gonna try out a new playlist. Uh, playlist. Spoken word poetry for my aching heart. Wait, does this have lyrics? Oh shit. There's like poetry on Spotify. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to this later. I'm realizing, okay, I'm such a, okay, never mind. This is more poetry. God damn it. Can I just have the instrumental, please? Uh, I'm such an audiophile that it's much easier for me to process audiobooks than it is to read. And maybe I just lean into that, you know? Ooh, I love this song. Okay, let us switch scenes. Go to the other room. Hi. What up? Okay, we full screened. Now, the first one I have for today is kind of spicy. I hope that's okay with y'all, but like you have been warned. I mean, this is a poetry stream. It's literally. Oh, oh my god. Bestie! Hi! Thank you for the subscription and for the little jump scare. Hi, how are you doing this morning or afternoon? I'm always confused. Oh shit. Wait, what's a hype train? A hype train started? I'm so new to this, homie. Like, feel free to explain if anybody knows what the fuck that is. uh, but yeah, but we're literally like we're reading poetry. These are the deep dark feelings, so sometimes it's gonna get a little spicy. A little sexy spicy. Okay. But I love this poem. It's by Chris, the co-creator. We buried the word erotic beneath red light districts and taboos, but it was never just about bedsheets and bitten lips. It was about aliveness. It was the sun breaking open your ribs, the spill of light through your hands like stained glass bleeding into air. Tell me, when did you last taste it? The eroticism of a drop of water rolling down your throat like salvation. The wild trace of the wind carving its name into your skin. The audacity of your lungs emptying, then daring to fill again. Proof of your rebellion against oblivion. Oh, shit. Right after this poem, homie, I got you. We've forgotten that life is supposed to feel like this, like bare feet hugged by wet grass, like the first time your name was a song in someone's mouth that you didn't know you'd been waiting to hear. We've traded our sacred ache for spreadsheets, our passion for polite conversation, but God, don't you miss it? Don't you yearn for it? I want to live in a world where we don't just exist, where we don't apologize for the way our bodies speak in shivers and sighs, where hunger isn't shameful, whether it's for food, for touch, or for the kind of connection that leaves you breathless and raw and whole. And yes, sometimes that hunger is messy. Sometimes it's moaning in the dark, biting your lip to keep quiet because the neighbors might hear. Sometimes it's your hands gripping the sheets so hard you forget the word for restraint. But sometimes it's just the way your chest feels when someone looks at you like you're the only thing worth seeing. Shame has warped the erotic into the forbidden. But what if we unbound it? What if we let it breathe, let it pulse, let it be the way we touch the world, slow, deliberate, with reverence, like a torch we're learning to hold again? What if we let the erotic be the way a watermelon melts between your teeth, the way we lean into a hug just long enough to remember what safety feels like? What if we let it be the fire in your throat when you finally let the truth burn through the silence? This is not about sex, but maybe it is. Maybe it's about the way we learn to undress our souls, to bare our tenderest parts to the world and let them be touched. To say, this is who I am, alive, hungry, burning. Because the erotic was never just about bodies. It's about everything that makes your heart race, your breath quicken, your skin sing. It's about waking up to the miracle of being here, in this moment, in this body, with this flame inside you. This is not a whisper, it's a roar. It's the mirror daring you to look, to see yourself as whole, as holy, as a being carved from chaos and light, still fighting, still gasping, still here. So let's take it back. Let's let the erotic be our gospel, our resurrection, our declaration of war against numbness. So that was the Gospel of Gasps, a love letter to hunger. And thank you so much for the redemption. I got you in just a second. Let me just catch up with the chat. Yo, Hype Train. I think it means because you have a bunch of subs. All I know is it's a good thing. Oh, got you. Well, thank you. All good, vibing. Gonna lurk for a bit. Enjoy the poetry. Bestie? Hell yeah, thank you for the lurk. Wait, I thought it meant giving you a compliment. Oh, is that how it comes across? Well, no, homie. Are you in for a surprise? Okay, so, Goblin. The Goblin Queen, yourself. I am, like, really into your vibes because, like, you're somehow really elegant and refined. And also, like, completely fucking unhinged. And I love that. Like, I live for that. Like, I feel such an authentic and genuine energy coming from you whenever I pop into your stream. And also, I love your Twitter posts. They really, like, bring a smile to my day, especially when I see your art. Like, also, you are an amazing artist, homie. Like, seriously. Even, like, the goofy little doodles you make. Like, they bring such joy. So, thank you for all that you do and all that you share. Morning all. Hello, Nerdarine Allie. Welcome to this stream. I love the way you read. Wowee. Oh, thank you, Goblin. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna throw up. Yours so nice. Holy shit. I'm just honest, homie. Like, I got a lot to say about my friends. And now apparently I can trick them into letting me compliment them. So, like, I really needed to share that. I also really need to share this. Because, like, I did not know what Dionysus was like. And, like, I kind of fuck with this person, this man, this god. So Dionysus, okay, ladies, up we get. No more crouching, no more sobbing. Like, I aspire to embody this energy. Oh, did you recently get affiliate? That's awesome. Yes, I did. I actually got it like a few days ago, but I had a 2-factor authentication problem because I'm in Argentina and, you know, technical stuff. But a friend helped me sort it out, and yeah, now we have emotes. You can spill the tea. Look how pretty they are. Where'd I go from mine? Da 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 da. Look how pretty they are! Spidey gave these to me. Well done! LFG. I have no idea what LFG means, homie. You're in Argentina? Yes! Yes, estoy en Argentina. Yeah, I'm kind of from New Zealand, but also kind of British. But really, I'm Argentinian. It's like a very long story, but yeah. The third culture, baby. LFG. Oh, let's fucking go! Yeah! Yes, I'm so happy. Like the day I got the notification on my phone, like you're like in a new class of streamer or whatever it says. I was just dancing around my kitchen, listening to Hermes. Like, well, it's a little bit dangerous, my friend. Also, if you want to see some unhinged content, just go to the VOD of me singing along to Epic last night with Spidey. It was very vibey. I might have strained my throat a little bit, but we're not going to talk about that. Otherwise, my bestie's going to be mad. Sometimes I'm like, ancient Greek plays are so old. How am I going to relate to the characters? But then Dionysus doing everything wrong. Like that? So yeah, there's more. But basically, Dionysus. I fuck with Dionysus. So next up, we have something incredibly special. So when I started streaming, I was terrified, but also really excited to have a space where I could just authentically share my art and just, be myself and just fucking vibes. But something that really took me by surprise in the second or third poetry stream was this thing that started happening where people have been like sending me things that they made inspired by me, and just I don't know if there's a better feeling in the world of just seeing something written that has to do with me. It's just oh my god, it's like we're creating something together. And now I've started to get really excited about the idea of collaborative artwork and art projects, and a friend of mine wants to write together, and I'm like, yes, please. So without further ado, this is by Byeee, Viva Vanitas. And I'm pretty sure Viva was here for the first poetry stream ever, so it's incredibly special. It's called Ika-chan, and I believe these two are also Ika-chan in Japanese. I know the Ika of Ika-chan likely is just meant to mean the squid, which shares your inky nature, or to be a short version of Inky Cap. Yet, when I hear you called Ika-chan, I always think of it as Ika-chan, able to go, because I know you're able to go so far with how amazing you are every day. Oh! Oh, hello! Hello, Dicus Magnificus. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Oh, writing together is great. A very fun feeling. I'm excited. I'm really excited because I feel like it might get over some of the writer's block aspect of writing, English, and he turned around argentino. Che, el pibe se dio media vuelta como tarado, tremendo pelotudo. Arre. I love that. I love that there's so much of Argentinian slang that just doesn't translate fully. Like, you can translate the words, technically, but, like, the vibe, las vibras, la onda, como que eso no se traduce, amigo. Welcome! It is so nice to have a fellow bilingual person in the chat. Are you also from Argentina? Hi! So thank you so much, Vivi. This is so beautiful. Every single time I get a poem or a doodle, it's just anything artistic. I'm tearing up a little bit. I save it to my phone, and the first thing I do every morning is I look at everything that y'all send me. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Spanish, but Argentinian slang is easy to pick up. Hell yeah, it does not go both ways in my experience. Like, I don't understand Spanish slang. So if you want to, put me onto any of it or explain any of it, feel free. Because I'm just confused. Okay. Next up, we have a continuation of a submission from last stream. Tatiana Digiko herself, the first subscriber of this stream, sent me some poems, some Digimon poems, and we are going to get into those. Hostia, tío, pero no es tan chungo, es más fácil. Chungo? I'm sorry, homie. What does that mean? Like, I'm just using context clues. It's not that scuffed? Would that be like an approximate? I also really wish I could do a Spanish accent. My bestie can. I cannot. It's kind of hot, but yeah. Difficult. Oh, okay. So the first one of today is Chapter 6, Crest of Sincerity. And if you'd like to read them yourself, the link to this AO3 page is in the submissions channel of the Discord. Okay, let's begin. This is too much. I don't want to leave you, Palmon, but I guess we have no choice. You helped me grow, to understand the person I am today. I was selfish, mean, and constantly complaining, but you helped me see my faults, to help me open my eyes. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here today. I know you tell me that I am sincere. I always tell you things with the utmost truth. I don't hide what I say, even if it makes me bratty or insensitive. I guess what I'm trying to say is, Thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for being my partner. Did I ever tell you that you are amazing? Palmon, Togemon, Lilymon, all wonderful, strong, and beautiful. Why are you crying harder? Please stop. You're making me cry. I love you, Palmon. We will meet again, for you are my best friend. Again, I have a desire for context. Like, what the fuck went down? Something I love about Tatiana's poems is that they have like this poetic flow to them, but there's this clear voice of like someone just having a conversation, and it really feels like that moment in like a telenovela where someone's just like planting themselves and just like speaking from the heart. And I really appreciate that, homie. It also has me thinking about my little book where I write poems. Other because I have a book that I take with me everywhere, and then I have a different book where I write poems about my friends. And I keep a lot of those secret, homie, because like I can be a little extreme, and I get a little bit scared of like my friends being like, that's a little intense, homie. Like, yeah, I love you, but like chill. So yeah, I have poetic secrets. Spanish accent, señorita. I really like some Argentinian authors, especially Borges and his poetry, like The Golem. Ooh, can I rec you a poem in Spanish? Absolutely. Honestly, I have started writing poetry very recently, since November, and I never read it before. So I'm very new. I am very poetically illiterate. I mean, I'm always I'm always hoping to expand my repertoire, my poetic vocabulary, my knowledge base, my database. So yeah, please feel free. Adolescentes by Juan Ramón Jiménez. Hell yeah, let me just paste this into the Discord and we'll read that right after Tatiana's poems. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong Discord. There we go. Chapter 7, Crest of Knowledge. Before meeting you, I didn't know anything about people. Feelings, love, true happiness, friendship. It was thanks to you and my friends. This experience was phenomenal. These adventures, all this unknown history and coding and species. Do I have that all in my laptop? Sorry, Tentamon. I guess I went over your head again. Let me try again. You mean everything to me. I might know a lot about computers and planning and looking up stuff and pinpointing the locations of things, but that's nothing compared to my love for you. I love you, Tentamon. What happened? Why did you fall like that? Me? But isn't that why you say... Oh, isn't that what you say when you care? When you like someone deeply? I care about you. I love you, Tentamon, and because I love you, I know we will meet again. I'm not going to give you an approximate time frame or anything, but I just know it's true. Because I love you. And you are my best friend. I feel like something that's shifted for me from when I was younger to now is that it feels a lot more dangerous to use the word love. And I was thinking about that as I was reading through this poem. I was writing something the other day and I used the word love, and a friend of mine gave me some constructive feedback. Like, it was good. It helped me and it created something more beautiful. But they said that the use of the word love in that context came across as desperate. And it just got me thinking, and I don't really have any specific thoughts about that, but I feel like there's some type of vibe in art and social dynamics in general to where we can't like overuse the term love. We can't like say it too often, or it'll get burnt out or worn out. And I don't know. I'm very early on like my ruminations about this, but yeah, it's just something I'm thinking about. Ginny analyzed one of your poems, I think. It was nice. Yes, yes, Ginny analyzed Secret Garden, and I may have watched that whole VOD back twice. And yes, honestly, it felt amazing because one, like Ginny is so fucking smart and intelligent, and her voice is so nice to listen to, and she has so much knowledge, like technical knowledge about poems that I just don't. So it's amazing to learn from her. But more than that, it felt really amazing to have a poem of mine analyzed and dissected and seen with love. Because I'm used to being scrutinized. I think all of us experience that feeling of like being judged and scrutinized by others at some point in our life. But whenever that happens, I expect to be like read for filth or torn down or like bullied or harassed. But to be met with love and acceptance and appreciation, like I didn't know what the fuck to do with myself. I was just squealing, just watching the video and just texting Ginny like, homie, what the fuck? Like, I feel like I say I love you to everyone in different meanings, but with the free use of the word makes it harder to use with people I hold really dear. Yes! Like the first time I told my bestie I loved her, I was fucking terrified. I'm like, why does it come so easily in like less intense situations? And plus, as someone on the asexuality spectrum, I'm always scared that my platonic love is going to be interpreted as romantic. Double scared because in the past, I have sometimes interpreted my own platonic feelings as romantic and kind of fuck some situations up. So, like, yeah. It's like, I don't trust anybody. Yeah, she knows how to dissect poetry. She can even notice when you use a pattern from a different language in the blink of an eye. Ooh, that's wild. That's really interesting. Oh, have you had one of your poems dissected? By the way, what should I call you? Like if you want me to call you Dickus or Magnificus or something else, just let me know, homie. And also, it makes me think of Life of Brian from Monty Python. Like your username. Like the biggest Dickus Romans. Sir D or D Long. Hell yeah, homie. I will do my best to remember that. Sir D or D Long. The hippocampus is cooked though. It's been boiling in cortisol for a long time, so I make no promises. Feel free to remind me if I mess it up. Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll switch to this poem that I'm really curious to write. De Longness Monster. Chapter 8. Crest of Reliability. You know, you really have to work on your pranks. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Why are you laughing? You act like I don't have a sense of humor. Whatever you say. Gomamon, you are something else? We are so different. Yet we complete each other. I know I worry a lot, and I freak out about everything, and that I don't seem to get your jokes half of the time. The thing is that I care. You are family. You mean the world to me, and because of you, I've realized something. I realized my dream. I realized that I have friends. I realized to calm down a bit and to just be there for my friends. Hopefully with a first aid kit, or two, or three. You get the point. Anyway, I'm grateful. You changed me and accepted me. You fought with me, taught me humor, and helped me see. Thank you, Gomamon. Hopefully the next time we meet, you are not fighting or injured again. Hell yeah, homie. I really wish I could kudos the poems, but I can't do that because I would have to log into my AO3 account, and I don't think that we're that close yet for you to realize, like, or, like, be able to look up, like, what the fuck I read. Because, like, I know. I'm not ready for that. Okay, so the poem that Sir D recommended is Adolescentes by Juan Ramón Jiménez, and I'm excited Wait, Adolescencia? Is it? I don't know which one to open. This one has a flower. Okay. This is gonna be in Spanish. So it's the first time I'm gonna be reading in Spanish. I don't have a cool British accent in Spanish though, so I will read it and then I will try to translate it. Okay? Okay. You're so valid. If chat saw how much I'd be reading on AO3, I would need to disappear off the internet. Literally. I mean, I don't know if it shows like your history, like your reading history. Is like, yes, same. Can't. It's kind of obscene how much I read. But more I'd be concerned about like the tags associated with certain fics in my bookmarks. Like, yeah. I hope I never get to the level of like recognition or fame to where someone hunts down my AO3 account. That would be so embarrassing. Okay. And just take some tea. En el balcón, un instante, nos quedamos los dos solos. Desde la dulce mañana de aquel día, éramos novios. El paisaje soñoliento dormía sus vagos tonos bajo el cielo gris y rosa del crepúsculo de otoño. Le dije que iba a besarla. Bajó, serena, los ojos y me ofreció sus mejillas, como quien pierde un tesoro. Caían las hojas muertas en el jardín silencioso y en el aire erraba aún un perfume de heliotropos. No se atrevía a mirarme. Le dije que éramos novios y las lágrimas rodaron de sus ojos melancólicos. I've read some short poetry in Spanish, but nothing this extensive yet. And that was beautiful. I feel like I connected with a part of my brain which like linguistically just I can't reach it in English. In the same way like there's some stuff in English that I can't reach in Spanish, which is kind of the interesting thing about being bilingual because like yes, I could translate it literally, but there's just some vibes that are language exclusive, which just fills me with a desire to learn so many more languages. Yeah, just bookmarks and writings. Embarrassing. Yes, exactly, homie. Welcome to the wonderful world of government censorship. Yes, I am still angry. Like, I'm vibing and I'm loving these poems, but like, I'm so fucking mad. They called him the poet of beauty. I can feel that, homie. Like, there's just no other word that comes to mind for this poem. It's just beautiful. All right, friends, I'll hop off. See you all later. Allie, thank you so much for popping by. Oh, I forgot. Ah, ah, ah. Before you go, give Allie a follow because the writing streams are comfy and like the vibes are so good. So good. I'm in there whenever I can, homie. I'm just like doing my laundry and my dishes and just like cooking and just listening to Allie. I speak 5 languages, less than optimal. Homie, that is impressive. I speak 2. I aspire to speak 5. Like, I want to speak Japanese, French, and ASL. 6, because I also want to learn Argentine Sign Language. I speak 3 and currently studying Italian. Oh, parla un po' di italiano. Molto bene. You're very kind. I do my best. I didn't even know there were writing and poetry streams. Wow. I mean, honestly, the first time I went live with a poetry stream, I didn't know that they existed either. I'm just like, I want to read poetry and I want to do it live and I want to talk about feelings. I'm just gonna fucking do it. Maybe no one will come. I don't know. We're doing it anyway. French? Nah, not worth it. But c'est très joli le français. I like it. And I have a Canadian friend that speaks French with me sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna translate this poem real quick. I'm gonna try, because, again, the vibes. En el balcón, un instante, nos quedamos los dos solos. On the balcony, in an instant, we both ended up alone. Desde la dulce mañana de aquel día, éramos novios. Since that sweet morning of that day, we were... Novios is the word for, like, boyfriend and girlfriend, but it includes both of them. But I'm just going to use partners From that day we were partners. El paisaje soñoliento dormía sus vagos tonos. The sleepy paisaje, fuck. Like scenery. The sleepy scenery slept in its vague tones bajo el cielo gris y rosa del crepúsculo de otoño, under the gray and pink sky of the autumn twilight. Le dije que iba a besarla. Bajó serena los ojos. I said I was going to kiss her. And she serenely lowered her gaze y me ofreció sus mejillas, como quien pierde un tesoro, and she offered me her cheeks, like they who lose a treasure. Caían las hojas muertas en el jardín silencioso. Dead leaves fell to the ground in the quiet garden, y en el aire erraba aún un perfume de heliotropos, and in the air there remained a perfume of heliotropes. No se atrevía a mirarme. Le dije que éramos novios. She didn't dare to look at me. I told her that we were partners. Y las lágrimas rodaron de sus ojos melancólicos. And the tears rolled from her melancholy eyes. It's not a perfect translation, but like, I did my best. Landscape. Okay, it is landscape. Thank you. I speak English and super bad, half speaking Spanish and Japanese. Ah! 少し日本語話しますですか? Ah! I'm just gonna start exploiting chat to help me practice languages. The writing category is very new. Is it? I wonder how long it's been around for. Dating? A couple? Yeah, I guess a couple. Yeah. That also works. Landscape, that was great. Yeah, you liked it? That's my first time translating on stream, so and thank you for the compliment. It's very validating and affirming, and I'll probably do it more often. 4 months or so. What the fuck? Was that Russian? Is that Cyrillic? Hi. Inky, the type of guy who starts an argument with a priest in Latin. What? The type of girl? What? I'm sorry, I got lost. I forgot to switch the layout. Yes. Oh, that's hilarious. Like, you're just writing in English, but using the Cyrillic keyboard. Like, that's fucking funny. Okay, so let's see if we can remember what happened in chapter 1 of this book by SevStarlightVT. They're saying you'll fight the priest in Latin. Oh, I mean, I would fight a priest any day of the week, homie. I'm angry. So, this is a story about Dionysia. Oh, I used voices for this. What voice did I use for the other person? So there was a newspaper boy. She had blonde hair. Okay, so that's Dionysia. And then there's this other guy with brown hair, and his name is Dorian Russell. So Dionysia and Dorian. Dionysia is selling papers on the side of the street, and then Dorian gets in trouble for stealing, I believe, and then they run away. And they run... Where do they run? They run into, like, a hoity-toity woman, which I believe I gave her a pretty raspy voice. And then she starts counting down from 10, very slowly and very menacingly, and then Dionysia and Dorian run off into the crowd. So that's where we ended up last time. We call the wrong keyboard writing Elvish he. Elvish? Hell yeah, homie. You're just speaking in like a double language. Okay. I didn't even think about that. It's like a thing you could do. Although I guess that's basically a lot of English words adapted into katakana and Japanese. It's like Japaneseified English. Okay. Now, let's begin with chapter 2. If anything, running was, and never had been, Dionysia's strong suit. She much preferred disappearing into the shadows to sprinting at full speed. She despised how her heart ached after overexerting herself, and caught her breath, standing stiffly as they arrived at 14 Chestnut Street. The large building loomed over them, made from cracked bricks and cement, barely supported by the iron beams that stuck out here and there. To the naked eye, it looked dangerous, but frankly, it was no more harmful than living on the street. The main door, consisting of chipped cherry redwood, swung open to reveal a stern face and thin brows. Her black hair was pulled into a bun atop her head, and her eye bags were so pigmented that it contrasted against her olive skin. Isadora! Oh, what was this man's voice like? Isadora! We can explain, Dorian began, still heaving from his expedition. No need. Whatever you two were up to, it was no good. Now get inside. She reached out, grabbing Dorian by the ear and dragged him in, while Dionysia stood and watched, a slight smile on her otherwise exhausted face. The factory smelled of soot and onion stew. A few of the factory's other inhabitants sat about, some enjoying the scent of their weekly hot meal, others chatting amongst themselves, but the majority, about 3 or 4, seemed to be staring straight at Dorian as he was smacked across the back of the head. We are lucky to have what we have, and it's clear that you're hardly thankful for it, Isadora scolded, pointing an accusatory finger at him. Dionysia thought about their placement often. Isadora was only a year older than her, 2 older than Dorian, yet she played the role of a parent. Dorian played the role of a stubborn son as well. Tell me you didn't do something that could ruin what we have, the black-haired girl groaned. It was nothing, really, he shook his head. We'll be fine. No stew for you tonight, she sighed, raking her hands down her face. You'll stick with whatever you scrounged up from the market on your trip. Why am I making her so severe, homie? Dorian's face dropped, his eyes falling to the floor. She pursed her lips and observed the sight of the pot placed upon the fireplace. It wasn't much, but a warm, weekly meal was enough to keep the cold from chilling one's bones. She almost felt bad for him. Almost. If nothing bad happened, then could you two do me a favor? Isadora questioned as she moved to the pot and stirred what was within. Julian's been scooped up for selling on the street again. His money stash is just beside his bed on the left there. Bail him out with whatever he has, would you? And if it's not enough? Dionysia questioned, moving to one of the various beds pressed against the walls of the small room. Then I suppose he'll go off to jail. Should have thought about that before he tried to sell what little resources he has, she hummed. It might not be smart for me to go out after what happened, Dorian whispered harshly in Dionysia's ear, causing her to nudge her elbow into his side to put some distance between the two. A small figure rose from her hunched state in bed, her thick, black curls falling over her head and tumbling onto the bed underneath her. She looked up to lock eyes with Dionysia, soft hazel meeting deep, chocolate brown. Her voice was hushed, but confident, with a tired undertone. I'll go. Dionysia didn't speak much with Evangeline. She was a quiet girl, kept to herself most days, and seemed to avoid shifts together while working at the florist's. Dionysia never took it to heart, assuming the girl simply didn't like her attitude, which was evident from what she could tell. But something tugged at her brain when her voice cut through the silence. Why, now, would she break the pattern she had followed for a month prior? I can go alone. It's no bother, Dionysia responded matter-of-factly, clearing her throat and taking her hat off of her head to smooth down her hair. It's just a few streets away, is it not? My brother can be rough to handle alone, Isadora spoke, turning away from the pot and placing her hands on her hips, over the brown fabric that draped from her hips down to her ankles. It's best to take Evangeline. She balances out his talking. Dionysia rubbed her forehead. Things back home were far more simple. If she needed to do something, she did it. And she did it alone. The more people that joined her, the more they got in the way. That hadn't changed when she came here, until Isadora got comfortable enough to go against her wishes and take the reins. She assumed this was what it was like, having siblings. Let's just move fast then. Dionysia spoke directly to Evangeline, locking her eyes onto her to see if she'd break. To her surprise, the girl didn't, stepping closer and nodding with a serious look. Best to be back in time for warm soup, she smiled warmly, in a way that caused Dionysia's shoulders to tense. The two girls exited the building together, stepping onto the side of the road, and the distant sound of clopping could be heard. Dionysia noted the subtle shrieks and gasps from afar, tossing it over in her mind as they moved down the street. The clopping grew closer, just as Evangeline stepped off of the curb to make her way across the cobblestone, and Dionysia made quick work of grabbing her shirt from behind to tug her back. The dainty-looking girl stumbled onto the dirty sidewalk, watching as the carriage shot past them. You really should be more careful, Dionysia mumbled, eyeing her on the ground. I could hear that carriage from a mile away. Evangeline stared upward at Dionysia, her eyes sparkling with curiosity as she pulled herself off of the ground and dusted the debris off of her skirt. I haven't left the factory in some time. I suppose I'm just frazzled. Homie, is this the love interest? Because, I'm getting vibes. No stew? Exactly, homie. What the fuck? Let the man have his stew. He's been exerting himself. He's been fighting the capitalist beast, homie. He's been fighting the man. Why haven't you? Dionysia questioned, nodding her head to allow Evangeline to walk across the street, safely this time. She observed her for a moment, watching as she straightened out her outfit to look more presentable, or so she assumed. I've been taking care of William. His infection has grown worse over the last few days. Today was the only semblance of sleep I've gotten since I first began his care. She mumbled the second sentence as if she were ashamed of complaining. Dionysia knew of William's recent struggle, but had never honestly gotten to see the boy. He was Dorian's age and, much like Evangeline, had kept to himself in a unique, standoffish way. And we don't have the money to treat him? Dionysia questioned, raising a brow as they continued down the street. She considered where they were heading as the hub of the city, taking into account everything there was to do within the area. Just down the road was a casino, where many of the folk within the higher segment of the social structure tossed their money away for a chance at a life they already had. Across from that was a world-renowned, or so the nobles claimed, restaurant known as Adeline's. Dionysia paid little attention to the tourist attractions of their town. However, as it was the small intricacies that intrigued her, from the little butcher shop situated on Timon's Crossing to the bookstore that was rumored to be haunted, squished between two larger segments of one large library open to the public, but only frequented by those who could afford a card. Alvin Street, where the jail was located, wasn't too far from Timon's Crossing, which was just a 5 minutes walk away from Adeline's. The duo made it through the crowds with ease and linked arms, but found that, as the sun set upon the pink and orange horizon, crowds thinned greatly. There were some faint, hurried murmurs amongst lavishly dressed folk exiting buildings withheld for the exclusive, but none that Dionysia could make out. Instead, she attempted to make conversation. Is there a reason people are rushing home so early? She questioned the woman clinging to her side, glancing over to meet her dark, furrowed brow. If anyone, I thought you'd know, Evangeline replied, humming softly and sighing. Maybe they're afraid. Of? Not sure. Pendleton isn't the nicest of towns, I suppose. Evangeline grasped at a logical answer. Dionysia rolled her eyes. I'll figure it out in time. Let's just get to Julian before he gets himself beaten with his silver tongue. Dionysia cleared her throat, picking up her pace. Homie, these page breaks are so aesthetic. Like, seriously. Every time I see one, I'm just like... I love the use of negative space in illustration, just generally. People think the classics were refined, and then you have people like Martialis making a poem about how his neighbor's husband is weak because he is other people's nuts instead of her fig. Huh? Like, what? I'm so confused by the last bit, homie. I'll be completely honest with you. I think I actually posted a meme about this in in the, in the Discord about like, hey, it's me. I'm confused again. Like, something you'll learn about me if you spend any amount of time in my stream is that I am half a genius and half a moron. So like, yeah, it's like either I get it super fast or please explain it to me like I'm 5. Homie, oye, loco. ¿Qué onda, loco? ¿Qué onda, Perry? ¿Qué onda, gatito? I love listening to the classics, especially when they're unhinged. Yes, absolutely. It's like this is something that is taught in schools, and it's literally just like a depressed homosexual. That's something I love about Shakespeare, homie. Mans was so gay. Also, Mans was ahead of his time. Wasn't he like constantly shit on by like other renowned authors of the time? I should really read him at some point, but I find it so like so it's difficult to read. Like it's confusing. And I don't understand a lot of it. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, that's such a drag though. I didn't know you could call them figs. Like you could call a cunt figs. Interesting. Uh oh shit, we gotta come up with a different voice for Julian. Okay, so Julian is someone who constantly gets beat up, apparently, and he has a silver tongue. So I'm thinking, I mean, instantly you say silver tongue, I think Yaskier. Can I do a Yaskier voice? You can't seriously think I'm doing it with harmful intent, sir, a voice cried from the other room, shrill and desperate. Common traits of Julian's vocality. What are you here for, ladies? A tall and burly man with a little hat on his receding hairline licked his teeth, causing his mustache to shift like a worm squirming under the mud. Is it Bob? I've played too much Overwatch, homie. We're here to retrieve our friend, Dionysia stated, shoving a hand into her pocket to fish out the bag of coins she had taken from Isadora minutes prior. She then cocked a brow. Assuming that you'd let a poor, homeless child be free back to his family? That so-called homeless child is 18 years old and has been caught selling his damn paintings on the street over 5 times. He can't always get bailed out with whatever you two can scrounge up. The guard sighed, pulling the pouch toward him and eyeing the contents. This all you got? Been a rough year. And with winter coming up, we're all going to be out of our jobs, officer, Evangeline spoke, voice as smooth as top-shelf liquor. She batted her eyelashes, offering a feeble, innocent smile. Her skirt swished around her ankles as she clasped her hands together in front of her. You're damn lucky that I'm as sensitive as I am to your situation, the man groaned, pushing the bag aside. He cleared his throat, tied it up, and placed it under his desk. Russell! let the boy out," he called to the guard working the back room. Creaking ensued, and before they knew it, Julian trudged into their field of vision, covered head to toe in thick red paint. Evangeline stared hopelessly at the tufts of brown hair sticking out from underneath the clotting crimson surface, and Dionysia narrowed her eyes. People were growing restless on the streets if they were resorting to pouring paint on a known Chestnut Street resident. Empathy was falling in ranks. Evangeline sucked in a breath and stepped a bit away from Julian as he made his way toward the door. "We'll be going now," she said softly, looking up at the guard with a thankful gaze and a bowed head. Dionysia simply turned on her heel and walked toward the more interesting plotline of the room. She walked beside Julian, opening the door for him to ensure the paint didn't spread further than his disheveled body. Disheveled? I'm sorry, I don't know. "Why do you insist on selling your work if you know it'll turn out in failure?" she questioned, eyeing Evangeline as she exited the doors after the duo. "I don't need reprimands. I need a bath and a warm meal," Julian groaned, wiping paint from his eyes and slumping further. "I'm not reprimanding you. I don't care enough for that. If you're set on ending up in jail, then so be it. I just want to know your motives." Dionysia lowered her voice, but upon spotting Evangeline's rapid approach, she reeled her words back in. "Never mind. That's a later discussion. Let's focus on—" Her words failed as something caught her eye. A shadow swerved out of an alleyway, cloaked in darkness, nearly indistinguishable from smoke via the human eye. It shifted and sputtered in and out of reality before disappearing into a crowd. It was a trick of the light, and a complex one at that, the sunset closing in alongside Dionysia's growing tiredness was causing her some worrying visions. She brushed them off and stepped intently toward Chestnut Street. A trick of the light? A likely story, homie. I don't buy it for a second. The beds in their little corner of the world could have been more comfortable. Dionysia ached for the comfort of home, the plush mattress that caved beneath her, allowing her to sink into nothingness. She wasn't used to craving such mundane things, but, admittedly, she was homesick. It was lonely in the large, empty house that she grew up in, but it was peaceful. She worked without reprimand and lived without consequence. Here, everything held weight, including the relationships she had failed to form thus far. "Dionysia, you're not asleep, are you?" Evangeline spoke, rolling over in her bed and looking at her incredulously. "Not yet, no," Dionysia responded, turning her head to see Evangeline's hair sprawled over the edge of the bed and her hazel eyes fixated on her own. She needed something. Information, maybe. Dionysia prayed it wasn't too taxing. "Why didn't you return home after your failure with Mr. Baudelaire?" Evangeline questioned, eyes twinkling with curiosity that Dionysia understood all too well. Her eyebrows knit, and she took a breath before responding. "Because it's not failure. Not yet, anyway. I have lenience. Room to crawl up the ladder he's placed for me. I just need time and effort." Dionysia rolled over, the discussion leaving a bad taste upon her tongue. "I just need an opening. I'll find one soon." She peered out of the window, adjacent to her bed, watching as the moon sat elegantly in the sky, casting its light down upon the unsolved mysteries of the Pendleton population. Her tired eyes overlooked the figure across the street, enveloped in shadows, shifting beside a lamp-post, and she closed her eyes to sleep. I like this, like, found family vibe that we have here. Like, it's nice. And I like that Evangeline and Dionysia are starting out as friends. Because yeah, I love that. I am demi, homie. Like I said, I was on the ace spectrum. Like I'm specifically demisexual, and like yes, friends to lovers, literally my jam. I also like enemies to lovers. I am a bit of an extremist. Suss this guy out, Inky. Get him. Hell yeah, homie. But yeah, that was good. I really like this. I'm also a little nervous because I'm getting into the story. And this is chapter 2, and we're like almost halfway through what's been written so far. Like, what if we get really into this and like it takes a while for it to finish? Because I'm pretty sure that Starlight is still writing this. So I'm breaking my rule. Like my rule when I read fan fiction on AO3 is I don't read anything that is unfinished. But yeah, I'm kind of breaking it for stream. Enemies to lovers is peak. So delicious. Yes! Just like going from the rage to like, wait, why am I suddenly kind of horny right now? Like, I love seeing the transition, homie. Okay. I have so much to write today, but we're gonna read one more thing. This one, I'm excited about this one because y'all know Spidey, one of my mods, and my friend, and the person who was singing Epic with me last night in a very unhinged way, which I really fucking appreciate, because I never feel judged with homie. Like, I get a little obsessed and a little emotional, and he leans in with me, and like, that is a ride or die right there. Someone who will not only not judge you for your obsessions, but get involved with you. And that's like literally me and Bestie with BL. Yes, yes. My friendships are all built on we fucking vibe with this. All hard, and we just share the vibes. So this is something that Spidey wrote. I might fuck up who's who, because I did this when I was reading it to myself. And my hippocampus, as I said, is cooked, so I've already forgotten what the fuck happens. So, yeah, we're gonna give it a go. Hang on, there's... He said, so this is him, her, him, her, him, her, him, her, him, her. Okay. Let's begin. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay, now hold on. You're telling me that you had lunch with Ronald Reagan? Mm-hmm. Really? Uh-huh. And you're serious? Oh, 100%. So what were you two doing? He just wanted to give me a promotion. Oh, really? Yeah. He wanted me to become an FBI agent. He said, son, you're going to do great things in your lifetime. Hopefully some of those great things will come from serving your president. Oh. Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, so the president went cop shopping, found you at random, and asked you to join the FBI? Yeah. Alright then, so why didn't you join? Well, if I did, then I wouldn't be here right now with you, now would I? Oh, you romantic bastard, you. After a few seconds of mirthful laughter, I opened up to her and said, listen, I, just wanted to say, I'm really glad I met you. Smiling, she said, well, I'm glad I could make you happy, Houston. Happy? Right when I heard that word, I felt complete. I felt fresh. I felt new. I felt reborn. It had been so long since I had felt that way. And that word took me back to when I was still with Emily, my first love. I still remember the setup of the date. Candles in the middle of the dining table, as usual. A vase of flowers by the front door. And her favourite pasta, waiting on the table on the opposite side of mine. We had just agreed to try to have another kid a couple days ago. I couldn't believe it. I felt like buying a crib and stuffing it anywhere it could fit in our apartment. I was so elated and so in love with her when we finally were able to agree with each other about something. I could hardly believe it. But on our third dinner date in the first week after our agreement, things just didn't seem to click. As our high from the thought of having a baby started to vanish quicker than a Houdini act, things got really quiet after only being a few minutes into the date, and I doubt I helped the situation when I tried to start up conversation again. So, hun, when are you going back to work? Lifting her head up to look me in the eye with a sarcastic smile hiding her anger, she said, I have been working. Not on your art, hon. I mean, since we're trying to have a baby, I think we should try to get as much money as possible. And what do you mean by that? Well, I thought maybe you could get a real job. I didn't think much about what I said at first, but immediately she transformed from being in a state of serenity to one of hostility. A real job? Huh? I mean, like a second job to go with your art career. Oh, so what, you don't think I'm going to make it? We already agreed that I should start taking drawing classes again so that I can fulfill my dream job. Well, maybe we can try to get a refund for those drawing classes, get some more money. Excuse me? I'm already 2 months into the program with 4 more months to go. I can't just quit. Well, maybe if you started selling your crap, we'd... Wait, did you just call my drawings crap? I mean, I don't know. You don't know? She yelled, even louder than she did a few seconds ago. I could feel all the energy in the room being poured into her, with her rage intensifying by the minute. No, by the second. Look, babe, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, then what did you mean? She replied with her cold stare. Only this time, it seemed as if her eyes were burning mine. Oh, here we go again. Look, hon, if you didn't want a baby, you should have just told me instead of, well, Know what? Instead of acting up on me like this, like a fucking bitch. She stopped. Her face showed no anger, but it seemed like all of her rage had caved in and crawled back inside. I knew she wanted to say something back, but at that point, her cold stare turned into an expression of disbelief. After a moment of silence, she sighed and said, That's it. What's it? I replied. That's it. I'm done. Realizing what she meant, in a second my face had transformed just as hers did. Feeling a tear running down my cheek, I began pleading with her, saying, No. Look, honey, I'm sorry. We can work this out. We can... No. We can't. We can. Look, let's just go get some tea. At that tea shop you always go to. We can talk that. We can sort this all out. Stop. Just, please. Houston. It's over. I will never forget that trial. It was a few months after our fight. It was September 21st, right before fall started. I can still hear the sound of that gavel, banging its head against the sound block, the constant shoutings of "Order!" by the judge, as my soon-to-be ex-wife and I kept yelling at each other across the room. I can't even recognize the man that stood before the judge, who was kicking and screaming like a spoiled 3-year-old who didn't get that Barbie dream house they always wanted. Half of me just wanted the trial to be over, but the other half wanted it to last as long as it could, so that maybe, just maybe, Emily and I could work things out again. I was a fool. A stupid, gullible, childish fool. But the worst part wasn't the fact that we ended up getting divorced. It was losing Marianne. I still remember seeing her sulk in her chair. I could tell that she knew what was happening, even at such a young age. She was always such a quiet girl, but this time was different. She kept looking at me with that lost look on her face, and all I could think to do every time she did was to just smile at her and tell her that everything's going to be okay. How could I tell her something like that? How could I give her such a high expectation for the situation just so that her hopes and dreams of what I said actually happening would end up being destroyed? I wanted for her to not worry, to not know of the sadness all around her, but trying to do that was a selfish request. As time passed after the divorce, days began to feel like weeks. Weeks began to feel like years, and every hour of every minute, of every second, of every millisecond, I grew lonelier and lonelier. I never even bothered to go to the station the whole time I spent bawling my eyes out. My friends had been trying to reach me for weeks, asking where I was, what I was doing, and soon enough, why I hadn't been answering them back. The thing was, even if I had tried answering them back, what would I even tell them? Hey, sorry I haven't been at the station in a while. I've just been bawling my eyes out like a newborn child. But only 3 months after my divorce, someone knocked on my door. "Houston," said the voice, sternly. I didn't even realize what was happening because it had been so long since I had talked to anyone face to face. "Houston, are you in there?" I still hadn't answered. I thought it might be some of my friends trying to comfort me or trying to get me to go back to the station. "Houston," asked the voice again, this time with more authority. At this point, I just wanted whoever was at the door to go away. So after the third try of knocking, I finally answered the door. "Look, I'm not really in the mood for..." I stopped. The person at my door wasn't anyone from the station. It was my landlord. "It's alright. I just wanted to let you know that since you haven't paid your rent for a few months now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave." "No. No, please. I don't need..." "Houston, I don't want to hear it. I have given you so many chances the past couple of weeks. But, Houston, it's over." And just like that, I had lost yet another important piece of my life. My apartment. By then, I was at my lowest. But I took comfort in that, thanks to that saying, when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up. But I took comfort in that, thanks to that saying, when you hit rock bottom, the only way to go is up. And it actually connected to my life because I was able to stay at my friend Bonnie's house, up the street from where I lived. Only until I found a new place to live, of course. Anyways, I was just so glad I was able to talk with someone as sweet as Bonnie is. And after being away from each other for years, that just gives us so much more time to talk about. I was excited. Homie, I love the way that the story just like flows together. It's so easy to stay hooked. I'm just gonna take a sip of tea, though, because my throat is begging for some lubrication. Homie, Spidey can write. Like, fuck yeah. Okay. I'm actually really excited to share this, selfishly, because this is the person that I'm gonna be collaborating with and, like, writing together, like, Okay, anyway. A few days after I was able to settle into her house, Bonnie eventually talked me into going back to the station. She just opened my eyes at the time that she explained it to me. She mentioned how every single time she goes to her art class, or whenever she is painting on a canvas, she feels complete when she's doing it, when she's painting. At this stage in my life, she was just the person I needed to come back into my life and help me through these difficult times. And her being a painter only seemed to help as her open-minded personality made me feel safe around her. I felt so grateful to be able to talk to someone like Bonnie who could actually understand what I had been going through for weeks. She had also just recently broken up with her ex-boyfriend she was with for 2 years. Every time I felt down at work, she just always seemed to call me at the right time to check up on me. I had never trusted anyone the way I trusted Bonnie, and she never judged me on any level, which was something I quickly grew to respect. Things had been going great between us at that point. Then one day, I got a call from the station telling me I was put on the case of tracking down this girl, Caroline Fisher. She was the daughter of Edmund, who runs a successful restaurant chain called Eddie's. She had ran away from home and had been linked to multiple drug-related rumors. After about a week, one of the guys from the detective bureau finally obtained the whereabouts of the girl. Right then and there, I grabbed the keys, gave my partner, Warren, the signal, and just like that, we were off. "Where is he? Where is she?" asked Warren. I didn't answer. I just really wanted to turn my full attention to finding the girl, and I drove as fast as I could. No one at the station wanted to allow her to change location, since this had been the only time in weeks that we even had a legit guess at figuring out where the girl was. And soon enough, we were able to get to the girl's location, which was on the edge of town at an abandoned warehouse. "You sure this is it?" asked Warren. "This is the place they told me." "Why would the daughter of a rich man not only run away from all that money, but also run off to hide in a warehouse? An abandoned warehouse at that, and it beats me. Let's look around, and keep your voice down." We looked around, but silence engulfed the entire building. I knew that if she was still hiding around there, she was doing it as quietly as any spy or ninja could. Find anything yet?" I asked Warren. "Not yet. Keep looking." After a couple of minutes had passed, I noticed something poking out from behind this broken-down machine. Upon seeing this, I immediately jumped and quietly exclaimed, "Warren! Over there! Behind that machine!" Right after hearing this, someone came out from the machine. Except, I wouldn't describe it as someone, but something. And just like that, we rushed to make a mad scramble to the door to be able to make our complete escape from what was chasing us. A humongous, rabid Rottweiler. "Oh, hey, Bestie. It's nice to know you're still there." We tried making it to the front door, but in what seemed like a flash, that dog instantly beat us there. We hurriedly turned around and tried making a break for the back exit, but before we could even run 2 feet, the dog ran to the exit. At that moment, I knew it was sink or swim for us. We looked around the whole warehouse in a span of 2 seconds that seemed like 2 hours, and all the doors seemed too far to reach in time. But there was nothing. Nowhere to go. Soon enough, I realized what I knew I had to do in order for us to make it out of this. As fast as I could, I reached for my gun as the dog was about to start running toward us again. I turned towards the dog, and I quickly aimed down the dog, but when I put my finger on the trigger, a voice cried out from outside the warehouse. "Alex, stop!" The dog immediately quit trying to chase us down and possibly kill us, and ran to a broken side door. When I opened, a figure in a filthy hat, immaculated hood, and a soiled pair of jeans, with surprisingly clean pair of shoes, came out. After the figure started trying to see if the dog was okay, the figure finally turned toward us. "So, how long have you guys been looking for me?" A bit confused, I asked, "That depends. What's your name?" "Well, some call me Carrie, but you can call me Caroline." "Okay then, Caroline. Well, I'm dreadfully sorry to say this, but we're going to have to take you to the station." "What? So I can see my parents and the rest of my loving family?" "Yeah. Keep dreaming, bud. But that ain't gonna happen." It's so fucking funny to, like, read this in my British accent, but, like, it's clearly so American. I'm gonna stick with it for the bit. With a chuckle, Warren replied, "Well, that ain't why we're here." we waited a bit for someone from the pound to pick up Caroline's dog, Alex, whose dog owner is legally her father, Edmund. Surprisingly, Caroline didn't say a word on the ride to the station. I thought perhaps it was because she didn't want anything to happen to her dog. When we got to the station, we immediately shoved her into the interrogation room. Soon enough, one of the detectives, Harrison, burst into the room, shouting in demand. Wait, Harrison. Fuck. Okay, Warren was the fuckboy guy. Have I given him a voice? I'm running out of voices, homie. I'm gonna try to pirate one for my Spirit Fairy stream. Where is he? What? Don't fucking play dumb with me, kid. Where is the dealer? Wait, is he talking to Caroline? Okay, sorry. Okay, we gotta start over. Where is he? What? Don't fucking play dumb with me, kid. Where is the dealer? What dealer? With a smirk, Detective Harrison replied, Gotcha. Now listen, squirt. If you don't tell me every single goddamn thing that you know, trust me, you'll wish you were dead. Detective Harrison, You'll beg and plead for your family to take you back. Detective Harrison! And even then, they won't. Because they'll realize that you're just a... Now listen, Oh, wait, is that... God damn it. I keep fucking up the voices. Spidey, I beg, please label just a couple of these next time. Okay. Now listen, Squirt, if you don't tell me every single goddamn thing that you know, trust me, you'll wish you were dead. Detective Harrison, You'll beg and plead for your family to take you back. Detective Harrison. And even then, they won't, because they'll realize that you're just a... Now listen, Okay. I'll tell you what I know, shouted Caroline in response, probably in utter shock and complete fear from what she had just heard. Harrison. What? Can I talk to you for a minute? About what? Now. Of course. Right when the door closed, I immediately pulled the detective into my office, and right away, I blasted him. What do you think you're doing, detective? What are you Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How could you do that to that girl? Just yell at her like that. Do you have any compassion? Any mercy? I mean, hell, do you even have a goddamn heart? Officer, I don't tell you how to do your... cut the bullshit. You know that's not what this is about. Now answer me. How in the fucking hell do you just do that? Well, you wouldn't believe me, but I have done stuff like this before. And not just to kids, adults too. It's just how I do my job. And people still pay me to do what I do, so why change anything, right? Listen, I've been at this for a very long time, son, so why didn't you just let me do what I not only came here to do, but I'm also getting paid to do, and you just sit back, buy a popsicle, cool the fucking hell down, and homie literally was like, chill your memories, please, like, fuck off. Houston, what the hell? Oh my god, why did he do that? He's always so calm. God damn it, Houston. Sorry, guys, but it's not my fault. He came at me first, said Detective Harrison, finally. We know. We all saw, said the chief. As I was gasping for breath after his cannonball-like punch made contact with my nose, before I could even begin defending myself, the chief had me taken away. I tried fighting to get out of the cop's grip on me, but it was to no avail. That ride back to Bonnie's house, the chief kept telling me how disappointed he was in me, that I'm one of the best men he's ever had in the force, that I have the best shot and the quickest wit he's ever seen. But none of that mattered to him, those cops, and especially me anymore. Once I was back at Bonnie's house, the chief told me the consequence for my actions. A 1-week suspension. To be honest, I wished it was longer. Houston, what happened? Look, Bonnie, do you want to talk about it? We can right now. I have time. I'll always have time for you. You know that, right? Well, thanks, Bonnie, but I really don't feel like talking about this right now. I just want to be here with you. I do too, Houston. Anything you need, anything at all. I'm your girl. Thanks so much, Bonnie. I mean, God, what would I have done without you these last couple weeks? You've been a real lifesaver. No prob. Oh, okay, sorry, transition to here. No Houston! What the fuck are you doing, you fucking animal? Bonnie, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, then what did you mean? No, not this again. Listen, Bonnie, No, Houston. Just no. When you came to me a few weeks ago asking if you could stay for a bit, I was completely okay with it. Because you've always been a great guy to me. Even if we didn't talk that much before back in high school. And when you started coming to me for advice, or hell, to even just simply ask me to listen to what you had to say, I was completely okay with it. Even though I didn't really know anything about you, but what I am not okay with at all is you fucking taking advantage of me like you did just now. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you? What did he do, homie? I feel like I missed an episode. Like, what? I don't know. Bonnie, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guessed. But are you really sorry, Houston? I mean, seriously. So what, you grabbing my ass and trying to rip off my shirt just happened? I've just been so sad, heartbroken, depressed. Yeah, I know. But that doesn't give you the goddamn right to do that. Listen, Bonnie, what? I don't know. Okay, let me think, alright? You want to think? Go ahead. You can think on your way out the door with all your fucking shit. Oh no, Bonnie, please. Bonnie, please what, Houston? Bonnie, please what? I couldn't think of anything to say. That's what I thought. Go start packing. But no. Just stop, Houston. It's over. There was that word. The word that has placed a curse on my life. The same word that has relieved me of everything good and holy in my life. The same word that stripped me of the life I had before. The same word that changed what people thought of the name. Matthew Houston. But after silencing me without fail in months past, it had a different effect on me this time around. What? Yeah, no, same. Like, Mans is on the path of self-destruction. Like, I want to know more. This story is really successfully hooking me on, like, what the fuck happened in this bitch's past to cause this type of self-destructive behavior. Because, like, I'm sure the feelings in regards to that are valid, but Man's actions are wild. Like, what the fuck? And it's also kind of refreshing. I think I've gotten so used to, like, when I see, like, a cop main character in a story, they're, like, super cool and super great and, like, just whatever. It's just kind of refreshing to just see the very human impulse to fuck up your life just being leaned into so hard. Like, yes. But we're, like, halfway through. And I think I've spent longer on this story than most of the other ones. So we're gonna read the next of it next week. Because I want to write, and y'all know what that means. It's time, homie. And God, do I have stuff to share this week. I have been going through a lot of strong feelings. A lot of strong feelings. So let's pick a vibe. What are we gonna listen to? I'm kind of feeling the Feminine Rage playlist. Yeah. So, like, I'm not gonna get into details. I don't think I ever get into details, but yeah, just lots and lots of feelings. Let's go ahead and go to my poetry channel in the Discord, and I'll copy over whatever I have from there, and then I'm gonna type in what I have for my little notebook that I carry with me everywhere. Uh, let's see. We did home DNA cords and ripped pockets last stream. I've already done these two and turned them into images. Ooh, okay, this one's kind of weird. I don't know where this one's going yet, but it exists now. It's just my approach to poetry in general. Who knows what it means? We'll find out someday. I have a couple of finished poems that I want to edit. This one, again, I will not get into details, but a relationship ended this week, and this came out. Yeah, it's wild. I'll read it though, don't worry. You'll get the emotional tea. Oh, this one's just like a little note I made for myself when I was breaking down a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna turn it into something bigger, but yeah. Ooh, this one was while listening to Epic. There's this one part of a song. Which song is it? Full Speed Ahead. And it goes like, watch where the birds fly. And like, I want to turn that into something. Hope you're okay. Oh, thank you, Allie. Like, yes, like the feelings were strong, but I did what I'm supposed to. Like, I talked to my therapist and I practiced my emotional regulation skills. And when I couldn't handle it, I called a friend and was like, homie, just help me. And homie did. Homie did a lot. And now I'm okay. And actually, I love that since I started writing poetry in November, I can now turn those really strong emotions into art because I feel like that gives me a sense of closure that I can't always get in emotional situations, you know? Like sometimes you don't get to say everything you want to say to the other person, or you don't get to do that one thing with them that you really wanted to do. And so poetry is what I do instead of that. This is something that popped out last night, actually. Yeah. Okay, now let's open the notebook. What is the last thing that we wrote in here? Patience has been reserved. I am no longer first. Okay. A lot of stuff that I wrote this week I will not be sharing, but just like look at the amount of stuff that's already in here. Just imagine how much else there is. Until you actually do. It was something about her hair so perfectly fallen. She was nice and smart and funny and got everything she wanted. Okay, we've done that one. Ooh, okay. This one's kind of weird. Someone who writes such beautiful poetry. Sweetness without suffering. Okay. Oh, there's the poem I wrote for Spec. I'm so glad poetry is there for you in the way. In this way. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's very validating to hear that. I feel like I have two very different vibes when I'm gaming versus when I'm writing poetry. Like I'm still me. I still make the same jokes and shit. Like but I don't know, like gaming is I just wanna disconnect my brain and just like distract and vibe and be in the moment, and poetry is like the opposite of that. I get very intense. Poetry is good, but it isn't El Diego, vamos a Argentina, carajo. Hell yeah, bro. Fútbol. El futbolcito. La pelota. I actually don't follow football at all. It's like another thing that makes me like not very Argentinian. Yo, I mean, you can be multifaceted. That's what makes us people.
Yeah. I have felt like since I've been in the streaming space, like a little bit of like this weird pressure to like find my niche and stay in it. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So I don't know if I'm like fucking up as far as marketing myself or like being a creator, like a content creator, but I don't know. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Like whatever I feel like doing, pretty much. I do, but only European. Oh, gotcha. I know Manchester United is a football team. You could tell me it's a rugby team and I would believe you. Um, but yeah, that's like my extent of European football information. uh, what is this? I just wrote down my whelmed is over. Like like I'm overwhelmed, like my whelmed is over. I like that I feel free to be goofy in my poetry notebook. Ooh, okay, I actually kind of like that. I feel like I could get a bar from this. Strings pull me in opposing directions, threatening to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, afraid to be split apart in half. Can't sleep, it's 4:15. Oh shit, I gotta listen to that song now. Steven Rodriguez, homie. Water Daddy, Poseidon. My god. He's also incredibly horny in like his musical career. And I kind of love that for him. Sweetness without suffering. Oh no, we did that. No, 4:15, not 3. 1 in the morning, freight train running through my head. I'm afraid I will shatter from the tiniest mistake. Will I dangle myself over an endless in between? Antarctic. Oh, what are they called? Like a chasm, a crater, but not a circular crater. Like the thing. Canyon. Canyon? I feel like there's a different name for that. Like the things that you can fall into in Antarctica. Crevice. Crevice, that's what it is. Crevice? Yes. I think it's a crevice. Ooh, I was angry when I wrote this. The rotting carcass of our bond smells like fish and cigarettes. Like, okay, who hurt me, homie? Like, I don't even remember. Long journey. No. I rewrote this. I took the long way to calling it regret. What? That's so tiny. Calling this. This or it's? I don't know. We'll figure it out later. A useless addiction that what? Why did I put fingers here? What? You know when you write a sentence and then you like scratch something out and then write something on top of it and you come back to it later and it's like you don't know what the fuck you meant? Your poetry is nice. I don't usually enjoy poetry in English because you need to be really good at verso blanco, but there are exceptions. I don't know what verso blanco is, but hell yes, homie. I try to keep my poetry simple because these like yeah. I want to be able to come back to my poems and know what the fuck I was trying to say. The top is over. My rated is over. Fish and cigarettes. Hot. Yes, it's so hot. Okay, I'm just gonna write down everything that I put here. A useless addiction that steals my clogs. Clogs my fingers, my airways. Blackens my heart, arteries, something cardiovascular. Plants danger for my heart to race. Okay, I was trying to go in a lot of different directions here, clearly. After the projection of your devotion. Kiddie pool pretending to be as deep as the ocean. Okay, that's a fucking bar. I find no air in either, so my bubble stretches wider. Okay, this is a completely different vibe. Nothing can happen, so I'll linger a while in awe of the undiluted joy of your smile. Basically not using rhymes, but sticking to patterns. Oh, I do rhyme. Accidentally. But yes, I do end up rhyming. I don't try to rhyme. I just write. I put feelings into words is basically what my poetry is. Okay, here we're going into territory that I will not be sharing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I mean, maybe someday I'll share this. Maybe I'll like publish a book of like shit I used to be embarrassed by. I do think it's good when creating art. I don't know, I'm new to being an artist, but I think that there's something to be said for creating to share and then also creating for yourself. Because, like, there's just some stuff that feels, you know, intimate. Patient for my heart to be ready. Ooh, okay. I'm hopelessly in love with my own ability to open up, terrified of rising up to the challenge of sharing, begging for change to be gradual and steady, patient for my heart to be ready. I take a step. Some scares I've yet to forget. They shift the colors of how we met. What else? What else? Okay, this is just me journaling. I'm not ready to receive. Oh, tell me when you're free. Oh shit, I will have to. Let me just put a little star here, because I'll be writing something about this later on. Still need time to breathe. But I hope you'll think of me. Ooh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, this one I'm gonna put it down here, because this is definitely turning into a poem today. I really feel like I need to process this. Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Accusations of ease tie me in knots. The tide of expectations creeps up to my neck. I'm forced to tread water. I really need rest. I'm scared to reach out when you can reject. Could, we'll figure that out. But your gifts of gold slip into my chest. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack. I'm completely unmoored by your kindness made fact. Soft words like salted tears off my face. I hold on to my legs, dreaming of your embrace. I'll tell you a secret I die to defend. I am torn at the softest touch of a friend. There we go. I wouldn't even consider myself an artist, even though I write poetry. Top 4 Argentinian poets. Borges, Pizarnik, Inky, Cosco Drogado. I made the list, homie. Oh my god. That is so nice of you to say. Like, homie. I'm so happy you popped in today. Okay, this one is also gonna go in drafts because this one needs a lot of work. The beautiful web of eh. I love my own notes, homie. Sweetness without suffering. Okay, here we go. You're the pink in my cheeks. I need to listen to the song now, homie. Where is it? Monster. Adventure Time. I really need to eat something too. I'm gonna try to eat while I write. No, that we'll never grow old together. 'cause you'll never grow old to me. You're the pink in my cheeks, and I'm scared 'cause that means I'm a little bit soft. Don't beat yourself up, Bonnie. It wasn't just the sun that I was hiding from. Your beauty, something pretty makes me weak. I want to say something pretty, but like not superficial. Because if I say beauty, it's like just you're pretty. Like it's not about being pretty. It's about like the internals. Like your soul is gorgeous, homie. Like how do I say that in a word? Smile. The sound of your smile, something like that. Bright eyes, the way you remove your disguise, your emotional depths. Oh! Oh, hello! Hello! Wait, I can't read that. Blow chips? Blue chips? Hello! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow! I love just randomly hearing polities. Just makes my day so much better. The vibe of matching my freak, but make it poetic. I work hard 99% of the time, but I'm trying to make it 79. Why I picked the number 79? I don't fucking know. I deserve a little piece of my own mind. I'm leaving the comfort of pain behind. Seeds of chaos in the vicinity of self-expression with total liberty. Competition made of imaginary lines. My highs and lows are intertwined. That'll turn into something someday. Then that all of my highs are making love to my lows. Okay. One more pretty bubbly song. Writing love poems are the hardest because it's probably the most overused topic. I mean, I have things to say about that. The light of your smile. Ooh, 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 ooh. The light of your smile. Yes, yes, yes. I'm adding that in here. The light of your smile. Let's thank you. Pulchritude. What the fuck is that, homie? Pulchritude. The irresistible pulchritude. That is not a definition. It's a noun, but what does it mean? Physical comeliness. What an icky word for it. Like, I'm sorry, that word does not taste good. I'm just saving it because what the fuck? To the bone. If I could see how you see me, I could be a little bit happy, and through your eyes I realize I could be a little bit happy. Oh god, I love this man. Okay. So what I have to say about love poems. Look, there are 7 types of love. According to Greek, I don't know. Something Greek. I remember learning about this in relation to Greece. So basically you got Eros, which is like a romantic or sexual love. And that's like what we hear about the most in our individualistic, find someone, not have children, family, nuclear bullshit. Like, yeah. So that's Eros. But there's more than that out there in the world. You have Philia, which is the feeling of being part of a team or a group, which is also a kind of love. You have Storge, which is family love, relations, or very close friends. So like found family vibes, that's Storge right there. And then you have Ludus, play, fun, exciting love. Maybe you play basketball with some people and you feel like that the vibes, the excitement, the companionship, and like that's love. Then you have Mania, which is obsessive love. Still love, but fucked. We judge this one in ourselves because we probably need therapy for feeling that. Okay, I'm gonna have some breakfast. Shh, I know what time it is. Help me. I'm literally staring at my pancakes. You're fine. We are equally problematic, bestie. Gonna be back later if I can. I hope your appetit is bon. I will see you later, bestie. Bye bye. You have Neruda making poems for teenagers. What do you mean? Like Neruda's making poems for teenagers, or like I give you Neruda writing poems for teenager vibes? Pragma. Love that endures. Being there. That friend that maybe you talk to them every 2 or 3 months, 6 months, once a year, but the love is still there. That is pragma love. Sorry for butchering the pronunciations. Philadia, self love. Self, big ups, being kind to the self. This is very important. And like we talk about self love a lot, but not in the context of, you know, having range. Like we talk about loving our light sides, but what about the dark sides? Those sides also need love. And then agape, the love of humanity, contributing. The reason why when you see someone in a war zone halfway across the world that you haven't met, sometimes you just break the fuck down and cry about it. That would be agape. In this context, I don't think I'll ever run out of the urge, the material, or the ability to write love poems. Now, romantic poems, sexual poems, those come and go, absolutely. But when you open up to the rest of it, like personally, I've started seeing love everywhere, in everything, in every act of human connection. So, yeah, that's my take on love and poetry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll be here all night. Like, anyway, y'all want to hear the closest thing I've written to a rap diss? Okay. We'll start with the dark side, and then we'll read something adorable. Let me just find an angry instrumental. Actually, I'll play the song that I was listening to while writing this. Two-faced. Kindred spirit, your stripes seem familiar. Oh, sorry, that's my alarm. I'll start over. Kindred spirit, your stripes seem familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. Passenger princess, your surface glistens and reflects, distracting from icy secrets deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck. You demand control under a guise of respect. You flee from the pathological fear of realizing things you regret. Does your fear of letting others in stem from certainty that they should flee? You salted wounds, then tried to punish my clear reluctance to watch you bleed. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst of it is you were never in any danger of scaring me. I refuse to be a victim of this strange crusade to boost your self-esteem, a victim who couldn't hurt a fly. Is that what you'd have me believe? I will not compete for the attentions of those beyond a screen, reaping what you sowed alone. I'm sorry, you couldn't count on me. I can forgive you for making me deal with your emotional decay, but our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. I wonder what flavor of suffering made you think this was okay. My punishment is simple. I refuse to stay. So yeah, apparently that's what happens when someone pisses me off. I didn't know like I could write a poem out of anger, but like here we are. Hi, Blue Chips. How are you doing, homie? Ooh, look at the little cake icon next to your name. That's really cute. Curious how we have never seen Anna Taylor-Joy and Inky in the same room. Sus. Wait, who is Anna Taylor-Joy? You're making me Google so many things today. I like it. I like learning stuff. Homie, what? I love this bitch so much. Like, what? Oh my god. Like, she's hot. She's talented. She's incredible. She walks, moves like a motherfucking goddess. I'm not entirely convinced that she's human. Just, yeah. It's like Felix from Stray Kids. Like, they can't be human. Like, what? I'm good. Hell yeah. I'm glad that you're good. I'm processing poetry right now. So let's go through this poem. Let's just full screen this. Okay. Fell long in hell. Wait, she's Argentinian? No. I mean, I believe you, but I need to see it. What? 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 That's amazing. That's fucking amazing. I'm just my pride of being Argentinian just I'm glowing right now, homie. Yes. Let's fucking go. Kindred spirit, your stripes seem familiar. Is seem redundant here? I want to say something about colors, but like I struggle to use visual terms because aphantasia. Your stripes. What do stripes do? Let me think of a tiger. Huh. Feel. Because it brings me to images of like touching a tiger and like the danger, but the desire to touch a tiger. Because like a soft, fluffy kitty cat. If not friend, then why friend shaped? But like you know you're gonna get your face mauled if you do touch, and I feel like that was the vibe when I met this bitch. Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. I'm cool with that one. Passenger princess. Cold surface glistens and reflects, distracting from icy surface, passenger princess, an icy surface, an icy surface glistens and reflects. Passenger princess, an icy surface glistens and reflects. Passenger princess, an icy surface glistens and reflects, distracting from icy secrets deep below. So I'm trying to rhyme deep below with unknown. It's very far away now, but fuck it, we ball. We'll come back to it. Yeah, she was raised there at least. Hell yes. I mean, that makes a bitch Argentinian. Do you write poems? Yes. I do it live. I mean, okay, so the way that I write poetry is I have a little notebook that I carry with me everywhere, and I'll just randomly get inspired and I'll write down some bars and some bullshit. Honestly, not everything that I write is stuff that I consider good, but I still love it because I made it, you know? It's like, it might be scuffed, but it's mine. And I take the stuff that I'm comfortable sharing and the stuff that I think that can turn into better things, and I edit them on stream. And that's where a lot of my poems come from. Yeah. Okay, kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. Passenger princess, an icy surface glistens and reflects. Do I need to say passenger princess here? Kindred spirit, an icy surface glistens and reflects. Distracting. Icy secrets lay deep below. Icy secrets lay deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck, demanding control. Demanding control, a guise of respect. I want to say something about being an emotional passenger princess, but I don't know when. So I'm just going to put that up here, and we'll figure it out. Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. An icy surface glistens and reflects. Icy secrets lay deep below. glistens and reflects. Icy secrets lay deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck, demanding control, a guise of respect. You flee from the pathological fear of realizing things you regret. I fuck with this. I really fuck with this, and I think I'm satisfied with that. Oh, jajaja, yo también hago eso. Pensaba que era el único. No, homie. I think that that's the best way to create. Because, like, okay, in the past, I've tried painting, watercolor painting, acrylic, oils, pastels. I've tried knitting. I've tried all kinds of artistic bullshit, is my point. And I tried to structure it. Like, this is my painting space. I do it at this time of the day. And I was just very regimented with it. And it would kill the urge to create every time. That, and I feel like visual arts just aren't for me. But with poetry, I'm just like, I fucking suck at this. Like, I have no practice. I have no skill. I have never read poetry in my goddamn life. So I don't have to be good. Why would I be good? There's no reason for me to be good. And so I've just had this completely unhinged, unbridled approach to it where it's just like, I do it when I want, how I want. I just make sure that notebooks and like surfaces to write on are available, and I don't think about it. And it's been happening naturally. And now I write every fucking day without even trying. So, yeah. Interesting. I started to write this year. Hell yeah, homie. I started in November of last year. So, we're both newbies. Hello, welcome. Also, I read submissions on stream. Let me put the Discord link in the chat. If you would like to join the Discord, feel free. I have a submissions channel where you can put in the stuff that you write and I'll read it on stream and like say something about how it makes me feel. So if that sounds like something you'd like to do, feel free. It's vibey either way. I recommend joining. We're fun. People look at me weirdly because they see me riding in the subway. Oh, homie, I've just accepted that is just gonna happen. Like, I get weird looks for the way I dress, the things I say, the fact that I wear sunglasses indoors because I get overstimulated by fluorescent lights. And like, I'm just like, fuck it. One more thing? What's one more thing? I wrote this short man the other day when I was at the park. Dos muchachas. Oh, this short man? Is that like a different name for it? Like, is that a type of poem? Dos muchachas remaban. Una me miró. De tres fuentes salían. Aguas de amor. Ooh, I like that. It's giving infatuation. It's giving strangers on a train. Like, yes. I'll try to translate it. Two ladies rode. One looked at me. From three fountains sprouted waters of love. I like that. Art is so personal that working on it, especially when you're new to it, will always feel intimate. Like, always, almost too intimate to do in the public eye. But this also is a trial of strength. Be brave. You can do it. Yes. Yes, I agree, homie. Honestly, sometimes I get a little self-conscious about writing live, like on stream. But I have a sticky note on my monitor that says, I am just one more bitch on the internet. And that is my mantra. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that important. This feels like the most important thing to me because they're literally like my feelings. But it's not that deep for other people. And it's okay. Oh! Oh, hello! Musical Magic Light. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope that you're having fun and you're vibing. I'm just gonna clean my glasses real quick. Oh no! My secret is out! I have myopia! How do you say myopia in English? Like the thing where you're short-sighted? I left one of mine's in the submission channel too. Oh, hell yes! We got our first submission for the next stream. Do you prefer English poetry over Spanish poetry? Okay. Homie, I'll be honest. I read my first Spanish poem today, live, on stream. Like, Sir S is the person that showed me my first Spanish poem. Like, and I loved it. I don't think that I could like one more than the other, honestly, just because, like, as a bilingual person, there are things that I can express in English that I can't express in Spanish, and there's things that I can express in Spanish that I can't express in English. Now, have I tried writing poetry in Spanish? No. Do I know if I'm capable? Fuck no. As far as reading, I clearly consume more poetry in English, but like I don't have enough information to have like a favorite, but I don't think I could anyway, so Sorry, that was such a long-winded answer. Hello, hello, musical magic light. Welcome, welcome. I am LGBTQIA plus. Hell yeah, homie, me too. I am a gay. So hi, welcome. You are welcome. You are among comrades, kin, you know. Sunglasses. Uh, wait, where did you say sunglasses? Yeah, sunglasses. I wear sunglasses inside. Oh wow, you just made Cervantes cry. I don't know who that is. Sir S, you have to like educate me on Latin American poetry, okay? This is now your job. That like you're gonna have to go to work and like figure it out. Like, does your fear of letting others in stem from certainty that they should flee? Okay, now these verses, they're very long, but I don't know how to like shorten it because like I've still fuck with what I said. I am asexual. Oh hell yeah, homie. I'm also ace, specifically demisexual. Um, so yeah, hello. Like you literally vibing with like one of the homies. Does your fear of letting others in? Okay, I can say this in a different way. So we're talking about fear of letting others in. What does that make me think of? Something to say. Get the fuck out my way. I fucking love rats. This is Royal and the Serpent for anybody that wants to know. I tried both. I think I'm a lot more technical in my native language. For instance, I can adjust tempo and cadence a lot more reliably in my native language, but English makes me think more creatively. That's really cool. I feel like the opposite would happen to me because I've read and written like a lot of stuff in English, but Spanish beyond like high school homework, fuck all. Like Miguel de Cervantes. That rings a bell. Miguel de Cervantes. Who is this? A Spanish writer widely regarded as the greatest writer in the Spanish language and one of the world's preeminent novelists. Sounds like another Shakespeare, like someone who makes stuff that would probably go way over my head. But if you have like an easy Miguel de Cervantes thing for me to start with, feel free to send it my way. Does your fear of letting others in stem from certainty that they should flee? Terrified of leaving a door ajar, locking up your front door tight, certain your insides will cause a fright. I don't fuck with it yet. Does your fear of letting others in stem from... I still like certainty that they should flee. You keep others locked outside in certainty that they should flee. I fuck with that a lot more. You keep others. Not others, though. I write mostly in Spanish, but I prefer English to tackle deeper themes, while in Spanish I usually aim for irony, beauty, or religious themes. Ooh, I'm loving this, like, bilingual split. Like, yes! Asexual takeover of bakeries and stores. Garlic bread. And cheesy garlic bread, yes! Oh god, I love garlic bread, homie. One thing that I do miss about living in America is just the ability to go to the grocery store and just buy a big ass fucking thing of garlic bread just already made. Just stick that bitch in the oven, 20 minutes, and boom. I'm in heaven, homie. I'm currently working on writing stories. Hell yeah, we can write together. I've been actually working on making decent garlic bread this week. They turn out nicely, but I think a certain ingredient is missing a certain twang. Ooh. What could you add to garlic bread? A little bit of oregano, Be good in there. Maybe that those like fancy olive oils that have like the 50 million spices in them. That'd be cool too. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. If anybody wants to share pictures of their garlic bread or just their cooking in general in the Discord, please spam me. I need motivation. I've been getting into cooking recently. Okay, so let's think. The first verse for me evokes images of a tiger. What do tigers have any predators? Do tigers have enemies? Tigers don't have any natural predators. However, they are at risk from human hunting and can be vulnerable to larger predators as cubs. Ooh, okay, wait. I like that. I like that. Tiger cubs vulnerable to what? 50 to 70% chance of reach. Okay, that's not too low, but it's still not super high. They're vulnerable to all sorts of risks, such as hypothermia, dehydration, and okay, but what predators? I need you to name the animals, bitch. This is why I need more friends that are like animal nerds. What is a tiger's greatest weakness? His eyes and nose. That's interesting. Apparently, they're great swimmers. Okay, jackals, hyenas, Oh, fuck. Oh, hey, hello! Welcome for the follow. Wait, I can't see the name. God damn it. Uh, Trusticus? Sorry. I couldn't read the name. I do not know why. But hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I'm trying to figure out what animals can fuck up a tiger cub. Hey yo! Hi! What is up, Ginny? Oh look, it's Dickus Magnificus. Yes! They've been educating me on Argentine or Spanish poetry. Both? Yes. Okay, so it said something about jackals. Okay. Jackals, hyenas, leopards, and pythons, as well as other tigers, are all a potential threat. I'm not fucking with any of this imagery. Jackals, hyenas, pythons. Actually, hang on, because snakes are gay, right? You keep pythons? I don't really know a lot about pythons. A family of non-venomous snakes. That works perfectly, honestly, for what I'm thinking about. They're so pretty, too. I love snakes. I also find it really funny that they're native to the tropics. That's literally where I grew up. I mean, grew up until I was like 5, 6. Ba-da-ba-ba. How it be? How are you? Things are good. I'm writing a rage poem. The only tiger I know is that song from Katy Perry. Katy Perry has, oh, like the roar one. Snakes, 10 out of 10 animal. Yes! I'm so glad that we all agree. Yes, 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 yes. You keep pythons. I'll just leave pythons in for now. You keep pythons locked outside in certainty that they should flee. Salted wounds, an excuse to punish my reluctance to watch you bleed. You keep pythons locked outside in certainty that they should flee. Salted wounds, an excuse to punish my reluctance to watch you bleed. I fuck with this so much more than what I wrote initially. Yes. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst of it is the imagined danger that you could succeed in scaring me. The worst of it is you're never gonna do that. That one's kind of clunky. Okay. So let's give it a go. Certain frogs can change their gender. What? Homie, I know about clownfish, but frogs? I need more information. You can't just drop that knowledge on me and just leave it there. I need more, please. Like, what do I Google? Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. An icy surface glistens and reflects. Icy secrets lay deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck, demanding control, a guise of respect. You flee from the pathological fear of realizing things you regret. You keep pythons locked outside in certainty that they should flee, salted wounds an excuse to punish my reluctance to watch you bleed. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst is the imagined danger that you could succeed. The worst is the imagined danger you could succeed in scaring me. This imagined danger, the worst is this imagined danger you could succeed in scaring me. Okay. It's fine if it's a little messy. The emotions behind this are really fucking messy, and I kind of want my poem to keep some of that edge, some of the scuff, if that makes sense. Lots of alliteration. It's nice. I totally know what that means. 100%. I totally understand that it is the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning or adjacent of what? The same letter at the beginning. Oh. I've been using that word wrong. Cool, homie. A bit of twang, you mean? Yay! It needs that little bit of lemon in the end there, like, yeah. Okay. We have more of a mess to sort out now. I want to be a little sassy with this one. Like, you can try to make me a victim, but like, you're not gonna succeed. But I don't know how to say that poetically. No one. Inky, hold up. Let me check that real quick. Okay, I love this bitch, but she's just gonna make me lean into the rage too hard. Same with this one. But Chapel, if no one got me, I know that Chapel got me, homie. Honestly, if it's not pizza, I'm not a big fan of mozzarella cheese. Just like, I find it pretty boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know mozzarella sticks are like a thing that a lot of people like, but like, I could never get into them. Fuck it, we're rolling with it. It might be awful. We can always change it. Just try to make me a victim. Crusading to boost your self-esteem. Victim who couldn't hurt a fly. Is that what you'd have me believe? No, esteem. Esteem. I like these ones more than the double ones. I refuse to compete for attention. Your paramours lie beyond a screen. I like the double meaning there, because like lie is in literally laying, like laying down, but also lie is in lying to her, because I'm not gonna go into details. Reaping what you sowed alone. What's your favorite cheese, homie? Okay. The cheese that I consume the most is called pate gras. I'm not sure if it's unique to Argentina. I never found it in America, but pate gras. I fuck with some pate gras. The cheese that I enjoy, like my bougie option, camembert or brie. fucking love it. But the cheese that got away, that I've had once in my life and has just stuck in my fucking brain, because what the fuck was that on my tongue? Like, I've never been able to replicate it. Stinking Bishop, per its name, smelled fucking disgusting. I only tried it because someone dared me, and apparently daring 11-year-old me was the way to get me to do anything. And yeah, just the taste made the smell worth it, honestly. So, yeah, those are my 3 cheeses. My favorite cheese is Tête de Moi, a Swiss cheese. Ooh. Gonna look that up too. Tête de Moi. Ooh, okay, it looks like some stuff that I've tried. Semi-hard cheese. What it tastes like. This is how I talk to my Google. A soft cloud of amazing taste, nutty, creamy, slightly acid, plus some amazing aromatics. There is no bite to it because it just melts in the mouth. Ooh, I mean, sensorially that sounds like it fucks, homie, yeah. Just try to make me a victim. Crusading to boost your self-esteem. Oh, but I used victim twice here. I mean, I used it twice the first time. Is there another word for victim? Can I look that up? Victim. Similar word. Because, like, sometimes I like repetition and sometimes I'm like, no, thank you. Ooh. I like sacrifice. Because, like, we can go back to I refuse. Just try to... Adamant refusal to sacrifice. Crusading to boost. Adamant refusal to sacrifice. Because that's has a double meaning for me. Because it's like the adamant refusal to sacrifice me in the crusade for her self-esteem, but also her refusal to sacrifice any fucking vulnerability or communication. Because, like, it's not comfy. Like, whatever, bitch. Just use ChatGPT by this point for internet search. I mean, yeah. Ethical stuff there for me. Because, like, it's not good for the environment. It kind of fucks over a lot of artists. So, like, I don't, like, call people out for using AI. I like to say that I can't really afford all of my morals. Like, I would like to not use AI for anything, but do I use it for my job search because it cuts down on time that I otherwise do not have? Yup. So, yeah. You might be also be able to make a metaphor to the act of being a victim, like you're prisoner. Yeah. I do like that metaphor, but I'm using it in a different emotional context. Does that make any sense? I have something about black and white bars. Actually, I'm just gonna look it up here. Do I have any? The pendulum of absolute paints black and white bars on a cell of my own creation, rigid enough to keep me safe in emotional indenture. That's where I think prison. Or something like a different metaphor. Yeah. No, I do get what you're saying. Thank you, Goblin. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Adamant refusal to sacrifice, crusading to boost your self-esteem, victim who couldn't hurt a fly. Is that what you'd have me believe? I refuse to compete for attention. Your paramours lie beyond a screen. Now I feel like this needs more. But maybe that's just me wanting to hammer a point home. Oh, never mind. It's right there. It's literally right there. Reaping what you sowed alone. Sorry you couldn't count on me. God, this is just all of my sass coming out. Y'all are gonna find a new, like, discover a new poetic side to me. The reason Google is the most used web browser is thanks to Inky. Yes, absolutely, homie. Like, I control the internet. Didn't you know? I just remember TikTok's banned. I'm so sad. I'm not okay, homies. Google already uses AI. What? What? Okay, then it makes no fucking difference, does it? I just can't get away from it. Or something like a different... Oh, sorry, I already read that. I find forgiveness for making me deal with, I want to say ajeno, but I don't know the word for that in English. Oh my god, why there's so many languages? Spanish. Where the fuck is Spanish? There we go. Ajeno. Unaffiliated. No. That's not what that is. No. Externo? Outward, exterior. No, but I want ajeno. Ajenos. Other. I need another word for other. Other. Similar words. Diverse, distinct, distinguishable, certain. Unlike? No. I literally need the word ajeno in English. I just need it to exist. uh Differently, otherwise, variously, dissimilarly, diversely. Can I use alien again? I sometimes get a little self-conscious about repeating words across poems, but in a different way. Like, I kind of like that it ties my poems together in like this, the opposite of cohesive narrative, but like there is a narrative throughout what I write. With an alien emotional decay. I find forgiveness. Forgiveness for forcing me to deal? No. Okay, this one needs work. With an alien emotional decay. But our bond was severed when you made me feel unsafe. This one does need polishing. I wonder what flavor of suffering. I wonder what flavor of suffering made you think this was okay. My punishment is simple. I am not a martyr, I'm a problem. I am not a legend, I'm a fraud. So keep your heart, cause I'm already got one. I find forgiveness with an alien emotional decay, but our bond was severed when you made me feel unsafe. The day you made me feel... I still like the day. Shit. Okay. Alien, foreign, oblivious, secondhand, unrelated. Foreign! Hang on! Hang on, homie. Hang on. Hang on, because I sometimes think of other people as being like different countries, different physical spaces, and like I like to fuck with that idea. A foreign emotional decay. Thank you! That's so helpful. Also, oblivious is such a good word. Otherworldly. Yeah, I like that word too. Otherworldly is pretty. It makes me think of this one dream that I had. I don't know if anybody here is a Witcher fan, but if you know about the conjunction of the spheres, it's a really big event, like an interdimensional catastrophe where different worlds, which were like in spheres, collided into each other, and like the word otherworldly makes me just think of that concept. I would say visual, but I got aphantasia, so it's not possible. Okay. Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar. No one's gonna get tiger from this except y'all and me, so like this is now our secret. Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. An icy surface glistens and reflects icy secrets laid deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck, demanding control, a guise of respect. You flee from the pathological fear of realizing things you regret. You keep pythons locked outside in certainty that they should flee, salted wounds an excuse to punish my reluctance to watch you bleed. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst is this imagined danger you could succeed in scaring me. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst is this imagined danger you could succeed in scaring me. I still fuck with it. I know it's messy. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but sometimes I want that to happen. Is that a thing, like mimicking the difficulty of processing an emotion through the difficulty of reading the poem out loud? Am I just being too extra right now? Oh yeah, have you heard the Spanish dub for the first Witcher? No. But now I have to. Like the first game or the first season of the Netflix show. I used Contexto Reverso. Pretty decent translator. I will yoink that. Thank you so much. Your information is now mine. I'm just gonna put that in the stream channel. Let me share it on the gaming channel. Hell yeah! Oh, you're in the Discord? Let's fucking go, homie. I'll look for you in there after all this. Salted wounds and excuse to punish. My reluctance to watch you bleed. I fuck with it. Honestly, to hear, I'm satisfied. I still want to use emotional passenger princess somewhere. Let's just leave that there. Okay. Adamant refusal to sacrifice. Crusading to boost yourself in crusading boosts your self-esteem. Adamant refusal to sacrifice. Crusading boosts your self-esteem. Victim who couldn't hurt a fly. Is that what you'd have me believe? I refuse to compete for attention. Your paramours lie beyond a screen. Paramours lie. I don't need to specify there. I refuse to compete for attention. Paramours lie beyond a screen. Reaping what you sowed alone. Sorry, you couldn't count on me. Easy forgiveness. Forcing me to deal, making me deal. Easy forgiveness turns to steel for a foreign emotional decay. Easy forgiveness turns to steel. So the reason I'm saying this here, easy forgiveness turns to steel. For me, this is, when I think about steel, it's tempering of steel, heating it, cooling it, working it over into a specific shape. Forgiveness is something that does come easily to me, not because it's easy, but because I've worked on it for a long fucking time. And one of the things that I've worked on the most is separating people from their behavior. Like, that thing you did was shitty, but you are not a shitty person. So that makes forgiveness a lot easier. So easy forgiveness turns to steel for a foreign emotional decay. But our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. It has to be that long, because that is what I feel like. But our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. The second, the moment, the instant, the instant you made. No, I want to keep it on day. Because, like, yes, it's the instant, but then long term, when I remember this, it turns into the whole day, not the moment. But our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. I wonder. Wondering the flavor of suffering that made you. Wondering the flavor of suffering that made you think this was okay. My punishment is simple. I refuse to stay. Okay, let's give this another go. Adamant refusal to sacrifice. Crusading boosts your self-esteem. Victim who couldn't hurt a fly. Is that what you'd have me believe? I refuse to compete for attention. Paramours lie beyond a screen. Reaping what you sowed alone. Sorry you couldn't count on me. Easy forgiveness turns to steel, but a foreign emotional decay. Easy forgiveness turns to steel for a foreign emotional decay, but our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. Wondering the flavor of suffering that made you think this was okay. My punishment is simple. I refuse to stay. And this one will just have to go to the archive for someday. It doesn't fit, and it's fine. Not everything is going to fit. God, why do I have so many pages of like shit that will eventually turn into poems someday? Like, someday. Okay. Sent it. Hell yeah. Uh, I'm sorry for skipping you again, bitch, but I need to see if this works. Two-faced. Kindred spirit, your stripes feel familiar, yet you keep your insides unknown. An icy surface glistens and reflects icy secrets lay deep below. Icicles pierce the back of my neck, demanding control, a guise of respect. You flee from the pathological fear of realizing things you regret. You keep pythons locked outside in certainty that they should flee, salted wounds an excuse to punish my reluctance to watch you bleed. I know your pain is real, but it's no excuse to stay this mean. The worst is this imagined danger you could succeed in scaring me. The worst is this imagined danger you'd succeed in scaring me. Adamant refusal to sacrifice, crusading boosts your self-esteem. Victim who couldn't hurt a fly, is that what you'd have me believe? I refuse to compete for attention. Paramours lie beyond a screen, reaping what you sowed alone. Sorry, you couldn't count on me. Easy forgiveness turns to steel for a foreign emotional decay, but our bond was severed the day you made me feel unsafe. Wondering the flavor of suffering that made you think this was okay, my punishment is simple. I refuse to stay. Okay. I like that. I feel it. I fuck with it. I feel represented by it. I need to eat a little bit of my pancakes. These are so good. My mom made me blueberry pancakes. She's so good. She's such a fucking sweetheart. Okay. I'm satisfied. I think the first one is done. I might edit one or two words when I'm editing it, like putting it in Instagram format, but also Instagram just went rectangular. And when I say rectangular, I mean, I'll type it in the chat. Rectangular. What the fuck? Oh, hang on, this one's a little spicy. Okay. We're gonna change vibes. We're gonna go from fuck this bitch to oh my god, I kind of love you, homie. There we go. Because the next one is short and sweet. Sister. We would never work, and that makes me feel safe. The possibility of unknown hopes has always driven past mistakes. Above all, I hope our bond never meets the same fate. Thinking it through enables me to enjoy the simple way we play. Do I need to say simple? I think that's redundant. To enjoy the way we play. In the face of beautiful madness, I no longer... Faced with beautiful madness, I no longer feel so strange, changing feathers comfortably, because our cause remain. I love you, sister, and I am at peace. This is what friends are supposed to be. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more go. Sister. We would never work, and that makes me feel safe. The possibility of unknown hopes has always driven past mistakes. Above all, I hope our bond never meets the same fate. Thinking it through enables me to enjoy the way we play. Faced with beautiful madness, I no longer feel so strange, changing feathers comfortably, because our cause remain. I love you, sister, and I am at peace. This is what friends are supposed to be. I don't really want to change it. Like, it's pretty raw. It's what came out in the moment. And sometimes this is how it goes for me. Like, yeah. This is one of, like, the least metaphorical poems I've written. It's just very direct. But I feel like that's what I want to say. I don't want to dress it up in anything. I just want it to be what it is. Alright, TikTok got banned in the US. I haven't noticed. Tell me! I don't think you understand the shock that it was to me. Cause like, okay, I'm just vibing. I'm just like preparing. Like my friends, they're losing TikTok. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be rough. I will be here to support them. And then I try to log in. I'm like, TikTok is not available. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, it's any account created in the US. So the fact that I am physically in Argentina and have been for years and have an Argentine phone number linked to my account doesn't fucking matter. The squeal I squalled, the breakdown I had, like, I mean, I didn't like breakdown, but I had strong feelings. I'm still going through feelings, but like, yeah. I talked about this at the beginning of the stream. Like, yeah, just there's so much on TikTok that like I use day to day, like specifically a playlist to calm down when I'm having like a panic attack, and just so many people that I connected with. The vibes were so good. Well, it's neither banned in my country nor do I use TikTok. Well, honestly, I'm happy that you're not having to deal with it because I'm having very strong feelings about it. The U.S. government. Che, crazy. We're sorry, Byeee. I swear to Tío Dieguito Maradroga. I love the Spanglish. Yes. Stuff I need, like cheesecake, gelato, pizza rolls, gamer headphones, even cheesy garlic bread. I got asexual and gamer needs. Yes! Yes, homie. Absolutely. My god. I need to make a friend like you, like, physically near to me so I can just, like, bang on their door any hour of day or night and just be like, yo, you want some fucking garlic bread? Like, I got some. Let's fuck it up. Because, like, I love my bestie. I love her so much, but she doesn't like garlic. Like, what the fuck? What is it with the garlic bread? Oh, it's just a law. Like, if you're asexual, you're obsessed with garlic bread. It's just the way it works. None of us get a choice. It just automatically happens. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Sometimes okay. I'm okay. Sometimes I'm not. I want something instrumental for this. Does Aurora have instrumentals for what happened to the heart? What happened to the heart? Also that album. Whew. Can I just look up Aurora instrumental and see what pops up? Oh, there's not a lot. That's okay. We'll do this one. Sometimes I'm okay. Sometimes I'm not. Accusations of ease tie me in knots. The tide of expectations creeps up to my neck. I'm forced to tread water when I really need rest. I'm scared to reach out where you can reject, but your gifts of gold slip into my chest. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack. I'm completely unmoored by your kindness made fact. Soft words lick salted tears off my face. I hold on to my legs, dreaming of your embrace. I'll tell you a secret I die to defend. I am torn at the softest touch of a friend. I think maybe it's the ones that I write when I'm feeling chill. Because, like, anger, a lot of editing. But the poems I write for my friends, I'm just like, they just flow out so easily. It's okay when it comes to writing poems that come from like a lighter side. Like if we're talking in terms of magic, like what feels like more light magic instead of dark magic, it's hard to get it going. It's like it's hard to open the faucet. It's like rusty and old. But once it's flowing, it's just the words just fall into place. Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Accusations of ease tie me in knots. The tide of expectations creeps up to my neck. I'm forced to tread water when I really need rest. I'm scared to reach out where you can reject, but your gifts of gold slip into my chest. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack. I'm completely unmoored by your kindness made fact. Soft words lick salted tears off my face. I hold on to my legs, dreaming of your embrace. I'll tell you a secret I die to defend. I am torn at the softest touch of a friend. Oh, sorry, I disconnected a second. I was just like fucking vibing. Use that against vampires, not my taste. Have you ever noticed how the things that historically vampires are like adverse to, like garlic and stuff, or have very strong antiseptic properties? I don't know. I just like garlic. Same. Garlic bread and juice. Asexual specifications. Yeah. Water. Inky! I saw something cool. What did you see, homie? I always wondered why there is a difference between gelato and ice cream. I mean, literally. What the fuck is the difference? Because, like, I know there's a difference between water-based ice cream and cream-based ice cream, but, like, I don't know. Is that what it is? But, like, gelato is not, like, all water-based ice cream is not gelato, but gelato is always water-based. Is it something like that? It's like the isosceles triangle? Inky, chill. Beauty poem. Inky, angry. Viven en un county, suben en BMW para arriba. I think poems are really difficult to write because poets are too prideful to accept help, aka an army of ghostwriters, editors, promoters, co authors, and your mom. I mean, if that's true, then I'm not a traditional poet. Because, like, I have the philosophy of, like, I need all the help I can fucking get. Like, I'll do it. I will do it anyway. I will do it alone. I will keep it moving. I will keep it going. But, like, I don't want to be alone. Please help me. I used to be prideful. I used to be like, I have to do this independently because otherwise it's just not worth doing. And, like, it's just not my achievement if I shared it with other people. Now I'm just like, community. Community based everything. Living, gardening, writing, just people, please. Connection. I love connection. Asexual flag cake with dragons and should have a side of juice and cheesy garlic bread. Ooh. Wait, was that the cool thing you saw or was Origins the cool thing you saw? So far we got 3 poems. Almost. What the fuck do I call this? Sometimes I'm okay, sometimes I'm not. Accusations of ease tie me in knots. The tide of expectations creeps up to my neck. I'm forced to tread water when I really need rest. What is the name of this feeling? I'm scared to reach out where you can reject, but your gifts of gold slip into my chest. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack, completely unmoored by your kindness made fact. There we go. I'm bracing for the next inevitable attack, completely unmoored by your kindness made fact. Soft words like salted tears off my face. I hold on to my legs, dreaming. I know what this is called. I'll tell you a secret I die to defend. I am torn at the softest. I'm gonna call this one Low Tide. Because which bullshit? The position of the ocean in regards to the pull of the moon, but then also because it's literally when I feel low, when I'm emptied of all of the things that I can give to others and I just need help. And it's a state of being that I feel very, very vulnerable in. Because like when I like right now, I'm vibing. I feel good. Like I'm having feelings of rage about TikTok, but like I'm feeling good. And I feel like I am a person that deserves help and love and connection and all these things. But when I feel emptied of the ability to love others, the fear of not deserving to receive that love in return when I can't reciprocate gets very loud. And I think that is what low tide evokes in me. And that's why I'm calling that poem this. Yup. Give it a name in a different language. That makes it deeper. Chileans. Call it La Wea. The cake was the cool stuff. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, that does sound really cool. Do you have a picture of that? 'Cause I would like to see that. Maria Baja. Yeah. Maria Baja. But yeah. Low tide. I feel like I'm gonna go back to that one a lot. And then Two-Faced, just the release of some bullshit. And Sister, a poem I am apparently comfortable streaming, but will not send it to the person that evoked it because I'm shy. Maybe someday. Someday I'll share. But like right now I'm just like I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't want you to think differently of me. So okay. Now let's look through our drafts and see if there's anything that pops out. Ooh. I love this song. I no longer wish to fly. I no longer wish to fly, building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by honeysuckle and wildflowers. When I find distance, it's my peace that gets devoured. Woo! Okay, so what am I thinking here? I no longer wish to fly. I don't want to go far away from home. Generally, yes. Like, I do want to fly and achieve my dreams. Like, yes. Macro scale, yes. Micro scale, in this moment where I was writing this, the feeling is I don't want to leave my bed. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed. I literally said bed. Building a bed where I can lie. Surrounded by... Surrounded by... When I think comfort is fluffy. Comfort is Peter Pan and Wendy in the live action adaptation, hopping from cloud to cloud. It's bright colors in dark, low lighting. Surrounded. How do you describe a fluffy blanket? Because it's fluff. The word that keeps coming up for me is fluff. Surrounded by piles of fluff. Ooh, that works in two ways, because like piles of fluff, a fluffy blanket, but also gay fan fiction. BL, the gay. Yeah. Spongy, furry. Spongy makes me think cake. Or like moss, walking in the forest, like the mossy, spongy ground. And then you need an amount of moisture for that elasticity. So that evokes something different, but I really like that, and thank you. Walking on the spongy, wet forest floor. Because I don't want to say the word wet, because I feel like it fucks with the imagery of this vibe, but it is wet. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by piles of fluff, honeysuckle, and wildflowers. Because it's sweet and it has like some symbolism I fuck with. And then wildflowers because wild colors, because my garden is finally like blooming. And it had less to do with my individual efforts in gardening. That's what made it all monochromatic. It had more to do with like the bond I find with other people. That's what brings my garden color. Hairy, haha. Say moist instead, actually. That is better. Yes. I no longer wish to fly, building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by piles of fluff, honeysuckle, and wildflowers. What do I want to say with that? 20 minutes can be enough. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed where I can lie surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms for the gifts of others. Honeysuckle and wildflowers. When I find distance from this bed, it's my piece that gets devoured. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed where I can lie surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms for the gifts of others. Open arms for gifts of others. Honeysuckle and wildflowers. When I find distance from this bed, it's my piece that gets devoured. It's not cooked yet. We're getting somewhere cool though. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed where I can lie surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms for gifts. Open arms. Open arms are filled with gifts. Filled with gifts. Honeysuckle and wildflowers. And finding distance from this bed, it's my piece that gets devoured. Wildflowers, devoured. Okay. It's kind of a weird shift from this rhymes with this rhymes with this, and then this rhymes. Well, this doesn't rhyme, and then this rhymes with the last one. I no longer wish to fly. Building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms are filled with gifts of honeysuckle and wildflowers, and finding distance from this bed, it's my piece that gets devoured. And finding distance. You and me, always forever. And finding distance from this bed. Open arms are filled with gifts. Some are drawn. Some are knit. Open arms are filled with gifts. Some are drawn. Some are knit. Okay, I'm kind of taking a shift. I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Something I love about writing poetry, especially the short ones that like stumped me for a while, is that the feeling that I was initially trying to express can change and evolve, and I can learn things and like go deeper. And I find that some of the initial stuff that comes out can be pretty juvenile, which is fine. Like that's totally valid, and like juvenile feelings are fine. They're not inherently wrong. But I can find a bit more nuance if I stick with it for a bit sometimes. Open arms are filled with gifts. Some are drawn, some are knit. Kindness is a perfect fit. Something about a perfect fit? Nah, fuck that. Finding distance from this bed. It's my piece that gets devoured. Obsolete. No thank you. Honeysuckle and wildflowers. We've departed from this metaphor. So my peace, it gets devours. Oh! Oh, hello! Goddess of Calm. Welcome, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the vibes. Also, I forgot to full screen this. We're writing poetry. We've successfully written 3 poems. Where's the beginning? There we go. Sister, Two-Faced, and Low Tide, which we named that one together. And yeah, now I'm going through my drafts, like just stuff I've written. It's not a poem yet, it's just stuff. And yeah, something's coming from this. I no longer wish to fly, building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms are filled with gifts. Some are drawn, some are knit. I search for you to pass the hours so my peace can be devoured. I search for you to pass the hours so my peace can be devoured. Okay, so I ended up in this wanting to express that hanging out with friends, going out there and being social and doing the thing, doing the connecting with the other human beings. It can be so intense. Like I blush and I laugh and I cry. I feel angry, I feel sad. There's conflict. It's just I'm a sensitive person, okay? So like it's a lot for me to be with other human beings. That's why I like spending so much time alone. But I'm into it. I'm learning this thing about myself where like I want peace and quiet. I want chill. I want my home to feel like I'm going back to, my shelter and stuff like that. But I would sacrifice that peace any day, in moderation, but any day, for the ecstasy of connecting with other people. And I think that's what this turned into. I no longer wish to fly, building a bed where I can lie, surrounded by piles of fluff. 20 minutes can be enough. Open arms are filled with gifts. Some are drawn and some are knit. I search for you to pass the hours so my peace can be devoured. So it's I want this. I want the bed. I want the fluff. I want the comfort. But also wreck me. Can I call that? Can I just call my poem Wreck Me? Like, is that allowed? You heard her, boys. Let's leave. Well, the magic of streaming, not to take your jokes super seriously or anything, but like, I warned y'all I was autistic. When it comes to streaming, I get the rush of connecting, but not the stress of it, if that makes sense. It's like I'm being me, I'm being myself. This is not something that I show to people in my day-to-day life. Like if I'm in a work setting, like they will not meet the person I am on stream. But there's still like I don't have to look anybody in the face. Like I don't have to like make eye contact or stuff like that, but I still get like that companionship. And it's a really neat channel of self-expression. So yeah. Thank you for being here. Please don't leave. Wreck me, Inky Cyrus. Okay, but like literally. Yeah, I'm into it. A mí se me da bien que los introvertidos estén a gusto porque les dejo hablar lo que quieran. Me adapto a todo el mundo. That's really good. Being adaptable to like a bunch of different types of people is something that I aspire to do. Like I'm learning that there are lines, there are levels of intimacy. Like there are people with whom I am fully myself unfiltered, and there's other people that I'm not, but I still vibe with them. Like I still fuck with them. Like yes, please, let's spend time together. But yeah, I just I want to open up my range, but I'm realizing that that has less to do with them being the wrong person for me to be around and more to do with just me setting good boundaries. And it's okay to have boundaries with people. Like I don't owe anybody like total vulnerability. But I'm learning. It's a process, okay? Like I'm not there yet. Yeah, you choose how close you want to be with others, right? Honestly wild. Like the first time somebody told me that I get to choose how close I get with people, I'm like, what the fuck? That was an option? I just thought that I was obligated to share everything. Like apparently not. Building a bed where I can lie. I really like this one. The shorter poems are always my favorites. They're the hardest ones for me to write because I have so much to fucking say. I mean, clearly I can't shut the fuck up on stream. Uh, I'm very open, so I get along pretty quick with anyone. Yeah, same. That's something else I've learned. Like sometimes the boundaries I've set aren't just for me. They're also for other people because sometimes me oversharing can make other people uncomfy. So it's all very nuanced and very annoying that it's not just like one black and white rule I can apply to everything. mm. It's okay. You can rest now. There is no need to make a sound. It's okay. You can rest. There is no race. There is no test. There is no need to make a sound. There is nobody else around. You can fall apart. You are allowed. Need something in the middle here. It's okay. You can rest. There is no race. There is no test. There is no need to make a sound. There is nobody else around. Your strength tends to astound. I want to say something about chilling the fuck out. Like, yes, you're strong, but that's like you don't need to be strong all the time. But how do I want to say that? It's okay. You can rest. There is no race. There is no test. There is no need to make a sound. There is nobody else around. Your strengths. Hmm. Hmm. There is nobody else around. There is desire to improve. There is a reason to improve. There is a reason to improve. A time to stop, a time to move. There is nobody else around. There is a reason to improve, a time to stop, a time to move. If you need to fall apart, if you need to fall apart, you are allowed to rest your heart. There we go. It's okay. You can rest. There is no race, there is no test. There is no need to make a sound, there is nobody else around. There is a reason to improve, a time to stop, a time to move. If you need to fall apart, you are allowed to rest your heart. What the fuck do I call this? I don't know. What is it? Who the fuck knows? It exists now. Just all my poetry. How do I summarize this? It's okay. You can rest. There is no race. There is no test. There is no need to make a sound. There is nobody else around. There is a reason to improve, a time to stop, a time to move. If you need to fall apart, you are allowed to rest your heart. Rest doesn't really encapsulate it. Gotta invite you to a disc server with some other friends where we share our poetry in Spanish. Yes, most of them write in free verse and share a lot of valuable assets. Homie, that sounds amazing. I honestly don't know how to get started with writing in Spanish. I'm a little shy. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, can I even do this? I'm scared that I won't be able to. And I feel like seeing other people do the thing will make me feel peer pressured and inspired. So please, that sounds amazing. I'm back. I got garlic bread. Hell yes. Hell yeah, homie. You representing the Ace Clan. Let's fucking go. I thought the same when I began writing in English. Hell yeah. So you understand the struggle. The emotional, creative struggle. I don't know what the fuck to call this. It's okay. You can rest. There is no race. There is no test. There is no need to make a sound. There is nobody else around. There is a reason to improve, a time to stop, a time to move. If you need to fall apart, you are allowed to rest your heart. I'm just gonna call it permission to rest, because that's literally what it is. I'm giving myself permission to rest. Yup. It exists and it has a name. So I simply started using Spanish patterns in English, and it worked! Hell yeah, homie. Fuck yeah. Thing is, I don't think about this as using patterns. I just write. So I gotta find what it is that I'm actually doing and then try to replicate that in Spanish, I think. Watch where the birds fly. No, it's fine. You had 2 straight hours of me yelling at you about Epic last night. Like, yeah, it's okay. I won't subject you to that today. Unless you ask nicely. If you ask nicely, I'll sing an Epic song for you. I got no problem, homie. Yeah, that's what free verse is for. Fuck yeah. I mean, it's the only thing I know how to do is, as I said, zero structure here. I am the no technique, all the passion bitch. I thought looking at me would be hard, but you drew stars around my scars, painted nebula dancing across my bruises. Nebula dancing across my bruises, filling me up with reasons to choose this. I was taught love was sacrifice. I was taught love was sacrifice, devotion, and need to compromise, but maybe instead of falling, we rise into safety with open eyes. I thought looking at me would be hard, but you drew stars around my scars, nebula dancing across my bruises, filling me up with reasons to choose this. I was taught love was sacrifice, devotion a need to compromise, but maybe instead of falling, we rise into safety with open eyes. This might seem like a weird name, but trust me, okay? Trust me, homie. Gloops. If you ask me what the gloopy feeling is this. It's a gloop. I don't know how to explain myself, okay? Just trust me. How many are we on already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the sixth poem. That's a new record. I think the most I've done before is 5. I totally forgot about Wreck Me. Oh my god, I'm so happy. However, I do need to suffer the consequences of hydration. Mm, Gloop sounds like a Pokemon. That is now my Pokemon name, because you said that. You do use patterns, you just don't notice it. Oh, okay. Well, if you ever want to dissect what the fuck I'm doing, feel free. Also, don't feel pressured. Like, I ask for help, but like, I'm not trying to actually pressure anybody into helping me. I'm just like, I'm available. I'm open to suggestions, to feedback, to whatever. Anyway, I'll be right back, homies. Give me like 3.5 minutes. One song and I'll be back. Hi, a long time no see. uh, oh, well, patterns in English are harder because they have different ways of measuring it, whereas in Spanish, you simply count the amount of syllables per sentence. So, for example, verde que te quiero verde, that's 8. It's an octosílabo. Okay, so first off, I appreciate the explanation. I really appreciate you taking the time to write that out. Please don't take this the wrong way. Why? Like why is there this thing in poetry where like we count the syllables? I'm a little confused by it. Because like personally, when I read out my poems, I take pauses. Like I don't just go da 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 da, which like yes, I have heard some people read poems like that and it sounds fucking good. Like it sounds amazing, don't get me wrong, but like I don't want to do that with my poems. Like they have pauses and they have like this is where you stop for a second and take a breath and that like makes the next part more dramatic. Um But like, I don't know. Yeah. That's why I'm confused by the whole counting syllables thing. Like, other than it sounding really good when you say it nonstop, is there like a different appeal or something that I'm just not understanding? Like, why that's such a prevalent thing in poetry? Okay, let's go back to the drafts. I'm finding a lot of bangers tonight. Today. It's like 3:30 p.m. I want to believe that someone who writes such beautiful poetry could never hurt me or desert me. Can I be worthy of sweetness without suffering? That one needs to cook a little bit longer. Yeah. That's gonna simmer. Strings pull me in opposing directions, threatening to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper. Stitches them deeper. Binding me tight to the molds. Strings pull in opposing directions, threatening to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. Strings pull in opposing directions, threatening to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to be split in half. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm scared to be split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm afraid the smallest mistake would shatter and leave me out in the cold. Strings pull in opposing directions, threatening to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to be split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm afraid the smallest mistake would shatter and leave me alone in the cold. Strings pull. Strings? Yes, strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm afraid the smallest mistake shatters and leaves me alone. I'm afraid the smallest mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Arctic steps deep into the night. Deep into the overnight night, no. But deep into the night, yes. Also overnight. I want this word because of the meaning, but also deep into the night is like metaphorically symbolic to me. Ah, goddamn. The feeling of love and light surrounds me day and night. While others feel love and joy being together with love in their hearts, I am alone from the very start. I feel the longing to be like them, but feel only like a shell inside. Out of jealousy, I break up a couple with a rumor that was an unspoken truth. Ooh, okay. The feeling of love and light surrounds me day and night, while others feel love and joy being together with love in their hearts. I am alone from the very start. I feel the longing to be like them, but feel only like a shell inside. Out of jealousy, I break up a couple with a rumor that was an unspoken truth. Ooh. Ooh, I love that. Homie. That's giving me that feeling of like, I don't know what the fuck went down, but like, I am getting the vibes. Like, I understand what happened emotionally. But like, what the fuck happened? You know, it's like that. Ooh. That's so nice. Thank you so much for sharing with me. Also, musical magical light. Would you like me to keep calling you musical magical light, or is there something else you'd like to go by? Feel free to let me know. You wonder why you even try. Hard times gonna take you down and laugh when you cry. These lives, and I still don't know how I even survive. Hard times, hard times, and I'm gonna get to rock bottom. Woo! Okay. I don't know what to do here because like can I just rhyme night with overnight? Is that is that like a poetry faux pas? Strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm afraid the smallest mistake shatters. I'm afraid one mistake. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. I'm afraid a single mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. Crevice this deep is not born overnight. We'll revisit Arctic steps deep into the night. A crevice. Am I misspelling crevice? Am I using the right word? A narrow opening or fissure, especially in a rock or wall. Antarctic crevice. Crevasse. A deep crack that forms in a glacier. This is what I'm getting at. Yes. Crevasse. Crevice? I don't fucking. Amber. Hi, nice to meet you, Amber. I'm gonna have to make like a little note for myself eventually because I feel like I'm gonna lose track. I will try to remember. Forgive me if I forget. The hippocampus is cooked. Was actually based on an event from my senior year. Ooh, I love that. Okay, like I fuck with fiction. I read too much fan fiction to pretend like I don't. I love fiction, but like I also really love poetry being used as a medium to like work out our own bullshit. Like I think that it's really nice because we're making art that is completely unique to us. Because like yes, we can all experience very similar feelings and I feel like that's part of why we share poetry. But the way that it went down and what it felt like in some way is unique to us. And so we've made something beautiful and special and I really love poetry, okay? I don't know if you can tell. I'm really into this. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Wasteland of my dreams, longing to take flight. Wasteland of dreams, longing to fly? Just fly. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Wasteland of dreams, longing to fly. Desires for connection drip into a spill. Hmm. Something about drip into a spill, though. Oh, wasteland of dreams, longing to fly. The person I see. Your actions? Something about I don't recognize. I don't recognize. Solutions never come from you and I. I don't know. There's something there. I am vuelto. ¡Eh! Bienvenido de vuelta, amigo. ¿Qué onda? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo bien? ¿Todo piola? ¿Todo pipí cucú? ¿Todo bien, perri? I felt jealous of this couple, and I actually broke up the couple and was tired of hearing of love, so I actually started a rumor of the guy was cheating on his girlfriend, and it was actually true, and I didn't know until afterwards. Oh my god. I mean, come on, that knowing the tea just makes it better. Don't ever feel like you need to share a little bit. Like, yeah. While others feel love and joy being together with love in their hearts, I am alone from the very start. I feel the longing to be like them, but feel only like a shell inside. Out of jealousy, I break up a couple with a rumor that was an unspoken truth. Ah! That is wild, homie. Sorry, I don't speak porteño. Ah, amigo, yo no soy porteño. ¿Qué te pasa? My bestie is, though, but, like, no. I am, uh, what am I? I'm from the South. I'm Patagonian, homie. This one, it wants to finish. Like, I want to finish it, but, like, okay. Wasteland of dreams, longing to find. Your, ooh, your brush strokes. Brush strokes I no longer recognize. Hiding broken foundations of you and I. Ooh, ooh. Okay, hang on. We got somewhere. We have arrived. Strings pull me. No. Strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I am told. I am told. I'm afraid a single mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Wasteland of dreams, longing to fly. Brushstrokes I no longer recognize. Hide broken foundations of you and I. Okay. I don't know what the fuck happened with my accent and the all that, but like, okay, strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I am told. I'm afraid a single mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Wasteland of dreams, longing to fly. Brushstrokes I no longer recognize. Hide broken foundations of you and I. Oof. Paint over. How do you say that? Like painting over a wall. Paint over. Paint over. And this is a painting I don't. Okay, so I can just make it one word. Paint over. What the fuck is with my productivity today? I'm gonna have to remind myself later to, like, not set the bar of how many poems I can write on stream by today. Because today is a special day. This is a special week. I was very emotional this week. Like, this is not gonna happen every time. Strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I am told. I'm afraid a single mistake Afraid a single mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. A crevice this deep is not born overnight, wasteland of dreams longing to fly, brush strokes I no longer recognize, hide broken foundations of you and I. You went British. Yeah, she went, oh, bloody hell, mate, bonkers, innit? Absolutely bonkers. Mad. Absolute mad lad. Like, that is kind of my thing, though. I mean, I don't do it as often when I'm writing, because I'm just using my basic accent. Fun story, like, fun fact, I was actually raised by British people. Like, this is supposed to be my base accent, but after a few years of living in America, it shifted, and now this is my default. But I can do both. I can still do both. But I find it really funny that some people accuse me of being like fake British, and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fake, real, they're all imaginary lines anyway. What even are borders? Funny because my English accent keeps switching from American to British. So you have the same problem, or is it a problem? I mean, it's fun to be able to switch. It lets me do more voices. Now, don't ask me to do a specific accent from a specific region, because like I suck at that. I plan to get better, and someone recently told me that that's all about tongue placement. I don't know what the fuck she meant, but like I will figure it out. Okay, paint over. Strings pull in opposing directions, threaten to tighten their hold. Every step stitches them deeper, binding me fast to the mold. I'm scared to split down the middle. Stop exaggerating, I'm told. Afraid a single mistake shatters and leaves me alone in the cold. A crevice this deep is not born overnight. Wasteland of dreams longing to fly. Brush strokes I no longer recognize. Hide broken foundations of you and I. Side note, I'm really happy that I've done as much therapy as I have prior to learning how to write poetry, because I feel like I can see a lot of pitfalls where like I'm getting the impulse to fall into them, and I'm just not. I'm choosing better. Because like I can see myself very easily falling into the trap of, ooh, this poem isn't as good as that poem, so I shouldn't share it. Like I can't produce garbage. Like once I level up, I should just like produce nothing but bangers, and like that's fucking insane for me to think that. Like no. Like I understand where the impulse is coming from, but like I don't want to go down that path. So even if some poems I'm like, this one's a banger, this one might not bang as hard, I still love them. And I still want to share them. And I think that's an exercise in letting myself unlearn perfectionism. Because I've struggled with perfectionism. I still struggle with perfectionism. Or is perfectionism struggling with me? But yeah. I'm really happy with the poems that we've made today. Yeah. They're pretty. And thank you for all of your help. I'm gonna switch to a different scene for a little bit. Hi. Oh no, the chat got wiped. Okay, I'll take this opportunity to, number one, switch up the vibes. Whoa! And I'll post all the links. If anybody is not in the Discord and you would like to talk to me, share your poetry, maybe submit something to be read on stream, live by yours truly, in a frankly adorable British accent, feel free. Oh, also, if you also create, if you stream, if you share your artwork, let me know, homie, so I can like shout you out. Also have a channel in the Discord where creators can put their socials, like their links, whether they're streamers or not. And no one's using it yet. And I'm just like, can you please use it so that I can get to your stuff more easily? Because yeah, I want to like go through everybody that is into me and like follow their art. Because hell yes. What about stories? Yes! Blue Chips. I think you joined the stream a little bit later, but at the beginning I was reading poetry. I was reading things that were close to poetry, and I was also reading stories, like short stories, specifically one book, a chapter from a book that's being written. So yes, please, anything written, please share. Also visual. Like I might not show visual art on stream. But we can gas it up in the Discord, you know? Like, yes, there's an art and poetry channel for you to share any type of art. So, yes. I only use Wattpad. So, that's cool. In the third poetry stream, I did read a Wattpad story. Just if it has any trigger warnings or it gets very spicy, just let me know so I can let, you know, the mushrooms, the inky spores know, just in case. But yeah, oh, this has been amazing, but I am a little tired, and honestly, I did not succeed in eating as much as I should, and I'm a little lightheaded, but like, I'm gonna go fix that, and then I'm gonna clean my room. So thank you very much for popping by, for participating, for chatting, for talking to me, for educating me. And yeah, Sir S, if you have, you know, any recommendations and stuff, any authors that you want me to look up, please post them in the Discord and I will go through all of the messages as soon as I'm done with post-stream shenanigans. Anyway, have an amazing rest of your day. Stay safe. And I'll be posting the poetry once I finish editing it. Yeah. Anyway, bye.